All right, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Oh, we got a fantastic show. I'm letting you guys know right now, we got a fantastic show of the Unlimited Truth. And man, this is possibly going to be the last show of the year that we're going to come together on the Unlimited Truth, man. Oh, I can't wait to talk about it. There's so much. I don't know how it happens, y'all, but somehow there's still news. Great news for Xbox as always. And just one hilarious story I can't wait to talk about. But before we get into that, we got to introduce our panel. And first, I want to start with the host of the Lions Den podcast out there in Oklahoma, my brother Tuckmaster. Man, introduce yourself.
Hey everybody, it's your boy DJ Tuckmaster in this cold ass Oklahoma today. It's gonna be cold tomorrow too. So let's just get this shoulder rolling, man. But hey, I'm glad that Lemon is doing this tonight. He's a good guy. And let's get the rock and rolling.
All right, and our brother Zinc, as always, man, introduce yourself.
Representing the chat as always, and glad to be here.
And last but not least, my big brother in the game. He's not one that you want to fuck with, but he always bring the truth as well. E-Rock X, introduce yourself.
Hey, this is E-Rock X, the Don King of Xbox and the hype man for the Xbox brand. Hey, it's always great to be here when the truth is needed. That's when the Unlimited Truth podcast will show up, and it's great to be here.
Yeah, and I see we got some guests already. Tuck Puppies out in the background barking. It's not a show unless Tuck is distracting us somehow. But hey, man, let's get it started. First and foremost, the big hit, the surprise hit, the end of year, high on life. I've been calling it high off life, and then realize it's high on life. So excuse me if I get that wrong without the show. But high on life had a massive hit, has been a massive hit, and today we find out that High on Life has become the biggest third-party launch in Game Pass history. Hey, Daya, thank you for joining as always. I hope your holiday and your Christmas going well. Said hi, everybody. Glad to be here. Yeah, definitely. And just because we ending out the year, it just means that 2023 is going to be that much stronger. But like I said, High on Life becomes the largest third-party game launch in Game Pass history. And before I let the panel talk, I do want to give my thoughts on this because High on Life, I think I think this is a turning point, y'all. There's a turning point in something that I was hoping would happen, and that is the death of the importance of the review score that we've seen for the last 7-8 years since,
Yep.
right, where these games got hated on and torn down, because of a Metacritic. And as you see here, it 65 Metacritic. Now we know that's bullshit. Nobody cares. Why? Because of the beauty of this one little service that people hate called Game Pass. And what's so beautiful about it is that it's making people at IGN irrelevant. And I know IGN gave it a good review, if I remember from E-Rock.
Yeah, they did actually, which is shocking.
Yeah, which is because they usually hate this stuff. But I'm gonna still throw the name under the bus because they got other reviews completely wrong. Got the Knights like a 4 out of 10 bullshit.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So IGNs, the Kotakus, the usual suspects who all made a living, a killing E-Rock off of hating games, especially Xbox games. This makes people like Jeff Keighley irrelevant. Oh, how's he irrelevant? Because his show never going to prop up Xbox, but that doesn't matter because as we see, High on Life comes out a week ago, and it's already the largest third-party launch, and that's what's so beautiful. Hey, what's up, Cray Simmons, man? Yeah, man. High on Life is, and not only that, it turns out a fantastic game that who loves it? Oh, that's right. The gamers love it. What's up, Jay? The gamers love it. And that's the best part of this, everybody, is that since the gamers love it, we have the power to make a game successful despite the hate it got from the media. And now here's the funny thing. The media is now trying to turn. They're trying to turn. They're trying to be more positive towards the game. Why? Because people love it. So I'm gonna start with you, E-Rock. What are your thoughts on the importance? I think this is important that a game like High on Life is a massive success despite the hate. And is this the paradigm shift that I'm expecting it to be going forward with how games are perceived?
You know what? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
I'm hoping that it's the paradigm shift that you're hoping it is on how games will be perceived going forward. But so far, still far too many of these internet pundits and YouTube stars and websites and all of these haters still control the narrative on what game is accepted and what game is perceived as great. But I mean, once again, Game Pass shows why it is one of the best values in the history of gaming. High on Life, if you guys can remember, I know other Zeke just joined us on the Exiled podcast maybe a few months ago. I don't know if he was here back in June. We did our overview of the Xbox Bethesda show, and I said since back then that High on Life was one of my most anticipated games, other than A Plague's Tale Requiem.
Yes, you did.
It was just something different about it, something quirky. It didn't look like it was going to be for everybody, but it just looked like it had that inventiveness that Sunset Overdrive had. It's something that video game developers should be doing, taking a risk, like Psychonauts was a risk.
Yeah.
Taking a risk. We used to get different games. We used to get games that were just unique, and this is just strange. It's odd. It's unique. It's hilarious. And most importantly, it's fun. Something that you don't hear talked about anymore with video games, because video games have become they've become these somber movies. And this isn't a shot at one of my favorite games of this year, A Plague's Tale Requiem, but A Plague's Tale Requiem is a more adult experience with some pretty somber subject matter. A child is dying and his sister's trying to save her brother, right? But like High on Life is one of them games like Sunset Overdrive. Exactly like Sunset Overdrive, except that, the game mechanics are different. It's colorful, it's irreverent, it's quirky, and it's fun. Guys, we used to have fun playing video games. We used to have fun playing video games before the console war. We used to have fun playing video games before. Oh, my graphics, Metacritic. Oh, well, this only got a 54% on Metacritic. This shows how irrelevant Metacritic is, in the same way that Black Adam shows how irrelevant Rotten Tomatoes is. Rotten Tomatoes gave Black Adam a mediocre review. The fans gave it a review through the roof, like a 94. The people,
Black Adam.
Black Adam's fucking awesome. The people, the gamers, the Xbox gamers, played High on Life. They like it, and it became a hit. But not just the Xbox gamers, the people on Steam have played High on Life.
Oh,
and
that's right.
I think it's a top seller on Steam.
Sorry to cut you off, but to add perspective here, it's outselling God of War and Forza Horizon on Steam at the moment.
Impressive. Because here's what happened. People saw the gameplay videos from these larger websites and even these smaller, non-existent YouTube channels like mine. People saw the gameplay and said, "Hey, this looks fun," and they're having fun with the game again. So I'm hoping that this is the paradigm shift where Metacritic begins to become irrelevant. Like Rotten Tomatoes, which is a movie review aggregate site, has become irrelevant. They did it to themselves. Over the last 7 or 8 years. And Metacritic has made themselves irrelevant because there's only certain types of games they like.
Yes.
Only certain types of games that get glowing reviews. Every rare once in a while, they'll give a Forza Horizon 5 a high Metacritic score because they kind of have to. They kind of have to because it's that great. But to see High on Life defy the odds, defy the expectations, and become a big hit, man, this is a great thing. It's a great win for Game Pass. It's a great win for Xbox. I hope it stays on Xbox. Come on, Phil. Come on, Aaron Greenberg. Get y'all shit together.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I'm really impressed with High on Life. I've been playing it. I like it. It lived up to my expectations. I'm really enjoying it. But more important than me enjoying it, everybody else is enjoying it. And granted, I didn't need everybody else to enjoy High on Life for me to enjoy it. But the fact that this game that I took a bet on and said, "Hey, man, that's the sleeper of 2000." If I can retrace my words, Unlimited Production, because I'm getting older, I said, that's a sleeper. People are sleeping on High on Life. And lo and behold, it happened. It feels good, man. It feels good every once in a while.
I agree.
To be correct and get that win, Unlimited Production.
Yeah, absolutely spot on, man. It does feel good. And this is a more successful or bigger version of what happened with the Gotham Knights community, as I said a couple months
Yes.
ago. When Gotham Knights came out and it was hated by the media, the fans played it. And I'm telling you, I literally saw YouTube videos where people said almost verbatim, I'm never trusting review sites again because they have so much fun playing the game. This is a more extreme example because this is hitting the gaming community as a whole. And here's the beauty of it: since it's on Game Pass, it is unbelievably accessible. Unbelievably accessible to the 30 million people who are subscribed to it. And not only are they subscribed to it, E-Rock, people are clearly buying it, right? And I wanted to pull up a comment. Hey, what's up, Tuck?
Never mind.
Okay, yeah. I know Tuck does like 30 things at the same time, so he
I'm sorry.
probably killing them ham hocks right now. He killed them ham hocks while walking his dog and got the barbecue grill going. All during the podcast.
I've been known to do that.
But I want to pull up a comment here. Oh, here it is. Justin Rowland, the creator of High on Life, said he did research on Game Pass and decided it was great for his game. Yeah, exactly. And I think what the creator of the game, if anybody should have insight on how great Game Pass is, if the freaking creator. So all 2022 did, E-Rock, Tuck, and Zinc was it just disproved that infamous quote from one of the Sony execs who said that Game Pass isn't sustainable. I don't know. Maybe having the biggest third party launch in gaming history in a December, mind you, this is December. This is after the Black Friday sales and all that stuff. Maybe having the biggest third party launch in a December after the major sales is, I don't know, kind of the big freaking thing. Other thing, let me know what you think.
Well, first of all, you didn't say his name. Jay said that comment that you read, and I just wanted to point him out because he's a liar. I want to point you out. You a liar. I want to point out E-Rock. He's a liar because that's impossible because everybody has been saying Microsoft don't market their games. Well, how the fuck do we know about this shit? You know, it's amazing. Microsoft is so stupid at marketing. How the fuck did we know about this game? Why did this guy research Game Pass? You know, and the funny thing is, man, you know, we give credit to where credit is due. I do not agree with Fonz on maybe 60% of the things he says, but you know, he and I will go back and forth. He even said that Game Pass is making Metacritic irrelevant because they don't have a chance to fuck us. You know, we could just sit up here and was like, oh, well, I don't have to buy the game. So I'm going to go ahead and play it in Game Pass. And if it's something that's that good, I'm going to go ahead and give the people their money. Okay. And I'll support the game. But you know,
sorry to cut you off, Zink, but what you said was so important to the dynamic and why I say this is a potential paradigm shift. Now reviews are relevant because who cares? I could just download it on a subscription I'm already using. This is equivalent of watching a bad movie on Netflix. Oh well, it was a bad movie for an hour and a half, 2 hours. Who cares? I didn't lose nothing out of it. I just never watch it again. So continue, Zink. I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah, man. You know, that's really my main point. And E-Rock, when I started knowing you guys, you didn't say that was your sleeper hit. You were mad that people wasn't hyping this game up, you know, and I'm like, damn, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna pay more attention to the game because I was already going to play A Plague's Tale, but you know, it just goes to show you. Also they said Microsoft, because you know everyone was enraged that Phil Spencer and Aaron Greenberg didn't give Jeff Keighley anything at his Sony Awards show, and they said Microsoft didn't show anything all year. Really? I saw
that's a lot.
High on Life gameplay. I saw A Plague's Tale gameplay. I saw Forza gameplay. I saw everybody's gameplay this year. They showed everything at all of their shows. We know we have a little bit of everything.
And not only that, Zink, they went to Tokyo Game Show and Gamescom. What the other companies didn't.
They were there. And then, and then you had Sarah Bond and Phil Spencer sitting up there. We still haven't seen Jim Ryan, but yeah, and like I was listening to Boom Show, and he was complaining. He's like, Microsoft shouldn't leave this up to us to promote High on Life. I kid you guys not.
Oh,
And it
Lord.
seemed like later on in his show, somebody posted that
Oh.
High on Life was the third. What did you say? The third best?
No, the biggest third-party launch.
The biggest third-party launch, and it was like right in the middle of their statement of, "Oh, we're marketing this." Dude, stop it. Okay, and E-Rock said this a while back, weeks back. How are you going to tell a $2+ trillion company how to do some shit? Like, they need your help. These people employ some of the smart, and I don't like Apple, but they do employ some of the smartest people on the planet.
Of course, Zink, you don't be literally the top 3. Sometimes Microsoft is even the top company on the planet without employing smart people. And I always found it insulting, since I jumped into this side of the gaming community, Zink, that people who objectively aren't remotely on nearly as successful as Microsoft think they have the gall to tell them what to do, and then you look at their channels, and their channels get like 1,000 views. Hey, I'm sorry to tell you, having 1,000 views is great and all, but that ain't shit in the larger world of YouTube, where channels like fucking Mr. Beast gets hundreds of millions of subscribers and views no matter what he does, right? So, and I'm not saying this to diminish them or hate. It's no hate at all. Do what you got to do. Run your channel as you can. It's just, I just find it weird that only Microsoft, Zink, are the only ones I ever see get told how to run their business, yet they're objectively the most successful at running a gaming company than Sony and Nintendo combined.
Correct, man. And it's not that, we're not saying you can't be critical of anything, because they are a multi-trillion-dollar company. But dude, keep your complaints to a minimum. Don't harp on it all day and talk about people need to be fired. Even through that podcast, they said they need to hire you, and I'm like, what? I'm like, dude, it was hard as fuck to get my marketing degree. Very difficult, especially playing basketball. That shit ain't easy.
No.
And then most of the time when people are talking about marketing, what you're talking about is advertising. You're not talking about marketing. I know they're close, but you apply your best at marketing to position a product within a market for future growth, and you advertise it from there. But it's a lot of product planning that goes on in marketing just to position your product.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's why even with video games, the budget for marketing often matches the development cost, and same with movies.
Correct. It's absurd. Okay.
Yeah.
This being critical. I mean, you guys know how I feel about this. I follow pop culture, especially these last 4 years since I've been sort of semi-retired. I've been really following pop culture more than I should. And I can tell the difference between being critical and deserved criticism and just being a fucking asshole, okay? And these gamers and this media are just fucking assholes when it comes to 2 brands, fucking DC and Xbox. They seem to get all the fucking. And the thing about Xbox that I admire is Xbox is succeeding. They're succeeding without having to go after these motherfuckers that hate them. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I've seen some of the reviews for High on Life just to do some research, and it's ridiculous. I've seen the reviews for Gotham Knights.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. So to see these games succeed without these people makes me feel so good. And yes, you can others be critical of these YouTubers, because a lot of them are full of shit. A lot of them are they got their heads up their ass. They're full of hubris. You got one guy who thinks he's so intelligent, bragging about 30,000 subscribers. I'm like, dude, this motherfucker's out here to have millions of subscribers. You ain't doing shit. And if you ain't doing shit, I ain't doing shit. So stop beating your chest like you 100 pounds out here, man, and be a little bit humble.
Hey, you raise a good point. 'Cause I forgot about those YouTubers who act like that when Zink mentioned other dudes. And you're right. And it's funny how they get these egos, right? Or somehow they think they're smarter than guys like Phil Spencer, who've been working at Microsoft since he was like 18 years old or something crazy like
Right,
that,
dude.
right?
He started from the bottom.
Yeah, and that's what makes it so amazing to me to see them talk, man. And that's that's why I love to just sometimes think I just love to let people talk and just show how they really are and show how stupid they actually are. And the only negative is that they're always in a bubble and nobody calls them out on it. And which
Ever.
yeah, and so and which I mean I kind of understand. So I'm never gonna watch a PlayStation dude say his goofy shit. Oh, Microsoft gave you no AAA games in 2022. I'm never going to watch a video saying that dumb shit. I'm aware of it because they're so vocal. Everybody sees it. But so I kind of understand where they're in that bubble. Still, man, it's crazy how none of their audience ever watches them and just corrects them. If I say something wrong, the chat right now is on fire, and I wish I could address them. But if I ever say something wrong, the chat will correct me, and they'll say, "Hey, no, this is actually what happened," and I'll read it. I'm like, "Okay, I got my facts wrong." Cool. It happens every once in a while, right? But it's never like that with them.
Well, Unlimited. Well, what happens is when you do correct them, because it has happened before, they get mad at you and either make 1,000 videos about you or send 1,000 racists into your motherfucking comment section.
Well, you're not wrong.
I've seen it. I've seen it happen, and I'm like, man. So with all your subscribers and all your notoriety, you really have learned nothing. I mean, like you really have not learned to do a fucking Google search. Unlimited Production says it a million times. You really haven't learned to do a goddamn Google search. I do it every fucking day.
Yeah.
I do it every day so I know what the fuck I'm talking about. But these bigger YouTubers, they won't do a Google search. And when you prove them wrong, man, they almost get offended for you having the temerity to come to their motherfucking site and correcting them. So it's just like, look, it is what it is, man. But I like the fact that Xbox and Xbox games continues to succeed.
Yeah,
despite everybody take.
I've never seen any company prove doubters wrong as much as Xbox do. They're on the years, E-Rock. It's years of just proving them wrong. Every single narrative. I've never seen anything like this.
Right. And I want to, one time I called myself out on Sean's show because I was in there the whole show and forgot to hit the like button. I called myself out. And like Shisno Elite, he's some bullshit too. He thought he was subscribed to this show, but Shisno Elite, he know that he's my boy. That's a dog. Hey, but let's address In the Mix here. In the Mix said, crazy how even Xbox guys are falling for the dumb narratives. Yeah. And I said this, and I want you guys to think about this. I listen to everybody and I watch everything that goes on because, like I said, gaming is third in my life to me. It's my kids are number one, what I do for a living number two, how I make my money, and three is gaming. That's all I like to do. Excellent. Now I'm watching this. I'm watching what's going on. Sony literally released 3 games this year. They were all PS4 ports. They were all ports of the last game that they made. Literally, they were. And Sean's show, gotta give him credit. Here's to some girl or whatever. She had a show. She showed the exact same fight from Thor and this other dude from 2018. I'm forgetting that guy's name.
Balder, probably.
Hey, man, had the same exact moves in the fight. Okay, and Sean showed it side by side. Then Horizon Forbidden Entertainment and Horizon Zero Dawn had the exact same movement. I mean, the exact same movement. Then you have Gran Turismo 7, the second of 3 games that they released this year, and they released a game that had the newest car that was 2018. Now people say Xbox
You're forgetting one, Zink. I caught you in a lie again. They resold The Last of Us for $70, and it was the exact same game they sold them on the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4.
Correct.
You know what? This would beat the hell out of me. They always say that Xbox don't have any games.
Tuck, let me finish that because that's exactly where I was going.
They say that out of spite.
What games do they really have besides the game that you just mentioned of Elder Zink?
Well,
Games that
Unlimited
keep
called me.
over and 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 over again.
Chuck,
Well,
they
Unlimited
say
caught
that
me
out
in
of
a lie.
spite.
Yeah, he caught me in a lie, but I think The Last of Us released 9 years ago with a multiplayer. So I caught Unlimited in a lie because it's not the exact same game.
Oh, yeah,
They
you're
took the
right.
multiplayer out and they said you gonna pay $70 for this shit.
And they
Okay.
gladly
Yes.
gladly lined up and said, even these YouTubers, Dreamcast guy, I'm such a whore. He literally said this, E-Rock. I'm
Yes.
such a whore. I bought The Last of Us for the third time, but it's one of the best games I ever played. I'm like, how many fucking times do you need to experience the same story?
And here, let me pull a Sega man and land my claim. Let me
say this right quick.
Okay.
They call it Microsoft said they said that PlayStation have how many exclusives?
200 and something, but those are those games that you can't even know. You don't even know.
Yeah, that's a big asterisk on how they. That's one of the things you word it that way to get a certain effect out of people.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I understand what you're saying, but I'm more like saying like this: if they only get 200 some exclusive, and hey, is that the only thing they plan? Because that's all they talk
the
about.
Numbers,
God of War.
The numbers show they don't even play God of War. The numbers show, and I'm a numbers guy. The numbers show they play Fortnite, GTA, FIFA, Assassin's Creed, Madden. That's what the numbers
2K.
show. Thank you.
Oh
Sega
shit,
man.
Sega man showed up.
What up?
Hey,
and you know
Sega
something,
man?
and I wanted to correlate that to this. Those 4 games that they released this year that they got praised for $70. Meanwhile, we don't have any $70 games. It's only going to come from next gen games. But let's keep their 4 games there. Microsoft released new ongoing content to Halo Infinite, Sea of Thieves, Flight Simulator, Grounded, Forza Horizon 5. Dude.
Hey, here's one. State of Decay even had new content this year.
State of Decay.
You're talking about somebody who loves that game. They even that game even had new
and just
content.
think about it. I don't want to inundate people with all of the games that they release new content to, but they release new content to these games. Okay.
Other thing, not to cut you off, but as great as that is, and as important as that is, what you're saying about the new content for these existing games, they also introduced 4 new intellectual properties this year.
I didn't even want to go there.
That's no offense, other thing, but that's what matters to me. I want new IP. I don't want to play. I don't want to. Please don't get mad at me. I don't want to play the shit I played in 2020 over and over again. The fact that Microsoft introduced 4 new IPs this year, that means something to me as a gamer, right? And I didn't like all 4 of the new IPs, but goddamn it, I like 2 of them. That means a lot.
That's the E-Rock. That's important. That's critical. That's a bonus on top.
You gotta keep moving forward.
But the thing is, E-Rock, I'm addressing that. They said people are saying they're nothing. It's like what Jay said. He hates it when Xbox YouTubers fall into this trap. Dude, look at the big picture and see what happened. And the reason I brought those games up, E-Rock, is this. What is Sony scrambling trying to do currently? They're trying to release games as a service games now, so they could have that continuous play of games that constantly give you recurring profits. Now they're trying to join that fray and have these type of games. Microsoft already have them. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, let me sorry to cut you off. I want to address in the mix comment real quick. He says no one wants to acknowledge Halo. Tuck, I know you were in a dog caring service, man, but we're doing a show.
Sega man here. Sega man got him.
Yeah. Sega man, I need you to watch Tuck hard today. Man.
Oh man.
We need you to moderate Tuck.
Man.
But hey,
puppies barking and shit.
Fucking Paw Patrol out in this motherfucker.
Oh,
man. But let me get to end the next comment. He said no one wants to acknowledge Halo Infinite has unlimited content. They want to complain about marketing, but don't want to play these games. Hey, Hey, in the mix, I saw a video today. Somebody made the Doom Eternal map in Halo Infinite, and it blew me away.
Wow.
Crazy.
Yeah, the level of creativity that they do in Halo. When he says unlimited content, that's not a hyperbole. The stuff
Let
they
me
do is I cannot fathom some of the stuff they're doing in that game.
Hey, Unlimited, listen to this. I saw a dude today and it said Halo complaint. And I was like, oh shit, what is it now? Hey, this dude literally made a map of his bedroom. Okay. And then, I'm like, yeah, sure you did. I'm just saying this to myself.
Mhm.
He showed a picture of his bedroom, and Microsoft took his map off the service, and he was pissed about it. But they said he found out why they took his map off is because he had some weed and this bong thing on his desk.
Oh,
And Mint Blitz showed his map because it was dope as hell, and it was his freaking bedroom. So Mint Blitz mentioned it in one of his feeds, and he said, "I hope Microsoft see this." And sure enough, one of the 343 guys jumped in Mint Blitz comment section, and he told the dude why it was deleted because he had marijuana, and he said other nations don't play that shit. Other countries. Then he said, fill this out and we'll take care of it. He filled this sheet out, this thing out, and they because he originally was going to get banned for 2 months,
mhm.
and they released the ban on him. But now he knows. He said, well, that's fair that we
Yeah,
can't have marijuana and
don't
bongs and shit there.
don't be like Brittany Greer over here, man.
Yeah, really.
You gotta watch
Yeah.
that shit. Hey, so Sega, man, I'm glad you're able to join us, man.
Yep.
I want to get your thoughts on this because your game of the year on our last show was High on Life. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on the fact that High on Life is the biggest third-party game in Game Pass history. Now, mind you, to add context, this game released, Sega, man, after the big holiday sales, after Game Awards and all this other stuff. It released on December 13th, a time that isn't really considered like a peak of gaming purchasing or playing, if you will. So I want to get your thoughts on High on Life's massive success.
Unlimited, man. I was so immersed in that game, brother. I already beat it. I beat it already.
Oh wow.
Wow,
Yeah,
yeah.
Sega man, he had a show today about it.
Okay, see, I
Yeah,
was working, so I probably didn't see it, man.
I beat it already, brother. I mean, it's a fantastic game. It reminds me. It's kind of up, especially if you're old school. It's kind of up my alley. Like the different things that you can do in High on Life. It's incredible. The thought process that went into this game and what the developer did in the game. Like for instance, Gene's sitting on the couch there, and he's watching like all these old school like movies, man, like back in the day, like those old like exploitation like scary movies, stuff I didn't know about. Like I actually sat there with him and watched a whole movie with Tiny Tim in it called Blood Harvest.
Wow.
Oh shit.
And I never even heard of this movie. It was a slasher horror movie, but it was kind of cheesy, but it was actually a decent movie. You actually just sat on the couch, and before I went to do another, go do another board, and sat and watched the movie with them, and it was actually pretty cool to do that.
And didn't
that's
you
what I
get an
like about the
achievement?
game.
You're supposed to get an achievement if you watch a whole movie or something like that on that game.
I don't, you know what, Zink? I didn't don't know if I didn't get the achievement for some reason. I don't know why I didn't get it. I'm gonna go back and watch another one. I think it's called Vampire Hookers. That's another one that's going to be on there, Brother E. I never heard of it, man. It's this real cheesy, real super cheesy like horror flick, man. And it's called yeah, that's what it's called, man. It's a crazy movie. So I started to watch like a little bit of it, but I had to actually get ready and go to work, man. But it was just a phenomenal game, guys. And my favorite gun in there, I got all the guns. I don't want to spoil nothing for nobody, but my favorite gun in High on Life is the girl gun, the chick with the spikes on her head, like the spikes on the top of her head. I like her. She's very comical, and she's like, "Yeah, we're gonna beat some fucking ass right now, right?" Like she says all this crazy stuff. The other ones do, but I like used her the most in the game. It was just incredible. It was incredible. So for anybody that's still playing the game, stay immersed in it, man. It's a very, very good fun shoot 'em up sci-fi. It's like, slap comedy stick like game. It's phenomenal. It's a phenomenal game. They did a fantastic job with this. I see what Unlimited put up here, how High on Life becomes the biggest third-party game launch in Game Pass history. That's incredible. I hats off to the team, Game Pass, and the guy that made the game. Hats off to them that made Rick and Morty. That is phenomenal, man. And hopefully, they'll get maybe get a little DLC, and then maybe work on a second game. And please, for the life of me, Phil, if you hear me out here on my brother's podcast, Big Phil, keep it on Xbox.
Yes.
Keep it on Xbox, because we are the ones that really play the games and beat the games, man. That is just the ultimate truth. Don't put it nowhere else, because they're not going to buy it. And the reason why they're not going to buy it, because it was on fucking Xbox first.
Exactly.
Yeah. And listen, what Sega Man is spot on, because I already saw the hate already. How you play this? Look at the graphics. Look at this. Look at that. And so if it does go to PlayStation, all they're going to do is like, haha, we got you one of your exclusives, and not touch it for a single second.
Hey, before you move on, I want to address Shisno Elite. He said Xbox constantly updates their games, and people love to ignore that. And dude, Ripley's Believe It or Not. That's how I know. Like, I think it was Flip
Talking
Money.
about the old show?
No, it's how they update their games. And like the girl on Flip Money, he was so critical of her name. He didn't like some of the things she did, but the girl that's on Podcast Unlocked with Ryan, I can't even give them to you guys. I'm gonna say my boy Ryan McCaffrey.
I know who you're talking about, but I don't.
Yeah, the one girl, she's supposed to be the Gears of War expert. She don't say nothing about it. Jay is supposed to be this Gears extraordinaire. He don't say shit. Man, they update that game all the time. It's something new, spectacular happening in that game. And I tell some people, I say, if you want to see what's coming in next gen with physics and cloud tech, because to play Horde, you have to be online because it uses cloud technology. You have to be hooked up because it controls the enemy AI. Dude, I see some amazing shit on that game. And that's one of the reasons I keep playing this bullshit.
Other Zinc and Unlimited and E-Rock and our brother Tuck. Can you agree on this? Let's just be real, what has Sony as a gaming company actually showed you in 2022? Look how many games that have came out on a Playstyle Requiem, Scorn, High on Life. What have they actually shown you? It doesn't matter. Bangers don't mean shit. That doesn't mean shit, okay? Because they didn't have any bangers. What they had is remake bangers. They did not have any true bangers, in my opinion. Xbox has brought out all type of games on Game Pass this year and going strong more. We got Atomic Heart coming out. There's more games that's going to be coming down the road here soon. So, I mean, the proof is in the pudding, guys. The best place to play right now, Other Zinc, and I know you can agree with me, is Xbox. They have nothing to offer over there except remakes, and that's it. What else?
Like somebody said,
they do
it
have
was the remaster station. And like what Sega Man just did, like I'm Outer Zinc, he gave E-Rock's favorite game a new I and E in Requiem. And even though it have a new I and E in it, the game was dope. And you have, just like I said earlier, it's the same game that they gave to you.
Yes.
They put a different name on it.
Yes.
But it's the same technique.
Up,
when I saw that Thor battle and it was the same battle, I looked at that. My boy, he could call me at 3 a.m. Hey, is Sony out of business yet? When he saw that on Sean's show, he was like, dude, I could not stop laughing. And this joker is supposed to be working. He ain't even supposed to be looking at his damn phone.
Yeah.
What they have over there is and if this is insulting, it's insulting. It's whatever. Grow up.
Right.
What they have over there is perception. That's what they have over there. It's perception, which Hebot always says. It's perception.
100%.
It's perceived that God of War is great. It's perceived that Horizon Forbidden West is great. Like it's perceived that Marvel is great. But then when you take a closer look at these intellectual properties, and actually buy them, like Unlimited Production has. He has God of War. He-Bot has it. I bought Spider-Man No Way Home. When you dissect these properties, oh, there's nothing there but perception versus something that actually has some depth to it, like High on Life and A Place Tale Requiem. But I mean, look, man, to each his own. I tell people all the time, like, I don't want anybody to know about how great Xbox it is over here at Xbox. Fuck them. But I know next year is going to be a lot of whining and crying. Next year is going to be spectacular to
Yes.
see.
Yeah.
But Unlimited, we'll get on that later.
Yeah,
Yes.
he is, and y'all gonna cuss me out for that. And you know what, man? One more thing, Unlimited, and you have it up here. Your boy, well, he's my boy, Gogo Paul. I met him somewhere tearing somebody's head off, and he says Microsoft has always paid attention to where the market is going, and I agree with them and disagree with them a little bit. They're adapting as usual. The biggest thing now is that they have the whole, and he really expressed whole company backing the gaming initiative. But the thing is Google Poll. And like I told E-Rock this maybe about 3 weeks ago, what Unlimited, today Nintendo is worth 55 billion.
52.
Well, okay, 52 billion. You fall back to 1999 or 2000 when Ed Fry said, I know I could get Microsoft to buy Nintendo. They actually tried. So Nintendo was probably worth 35 or 40 billion back then. That they just bought Bungie. So, and Bill Gates was in on that. And if you watch that Xbox documentary, Bill Gates was pissed that it was, dude, I watch it every month. Okay. I watch a portion of it every month, literally. So Bill Gates, they were about to scrap the Xbox right then and there because Bill Gates was pissed, and it got quiet. And all of a sudden somebody said, well, what about Sony? And Bill Gates and Ballmer was like, fuck that shit. Let's do it. You know, and they gave these jokers, they initially asked for 500 million to start the original Xbox. Bill said, we're going to give you $1 billion. Go ahead and start this shit. Okay. But, you know, I've watched this thing, you know, unfold for the longest time. But yeah, man, there's some good comments in this chat.
Oh yeah. The comments are incredible.
Yeah, these jokers on fire today.
Yeah, go ahead, Sega, man.
Real quick, man. So we can move on. What does Microsoft need, honestly, guys? And you guys speak true to facts. What does Microsoft honestly need to do to prove stuff anymore? To me, that's right, Rock. They don't have to. And you got people out here still trying to damage control, all that shit. Oh, they need to do more. Well, they need to bring more of this. Oh, well, they need to do this. No. We have a lot right now, and they're still bringing us more. They don't have to prove it anymore. 2013, with that mistake, is over. Every company makes mistakes, man. They don't have to prove anything.
Sega man, may I say something, and then Unlimited Production can move on? I mean, I know you guys are tired of me butting in, but like it took me a long time to realize what's going on. Sega man, and this is directed to your question you're asking about what Microsoft needs to get. Listen, Sega man, there's nothing that Xbox is going to do to get these people who hate Xbox on board. Okay, nothing.
Right.
I'm not yelling at you. I'm just saying.
No, brother.
Because I'm a little bit hyped this month because of all of this shit going on in entertainment that's pissing me off. These people out here that are like in the Warner Brothers situation. Oh, DC sucks. DC's been sucking for years. Oh, great, they're rebooting. Fantastic. There's nothing that Warner Brothers is going to do to get these people who hate DC Comics on board. Nothing.
Right.
Okay. You've done a great job the last 8 years. There's nothing you're going to do to get these Marvel fans on board with your brand. Okay. You can reboot. You can do whatever. Then they're never going to be on board. You're never going to get Dallas Cowboy fans on board with the Eagles. It's not going to fucking happen.
Right.
You're never going to get PlayStation fans like Colin Moriarty on board with Xbox. How do I know this? Because they talked all of this fucking shit, right? Well, maybe if DC gets a good movie, The Batman, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, Shazam, the Joker, these Black Adam, these motherfuckers still ain't on board. Well, maybe if Xbox gets some games, High on Life, Halo Infinite, Quantum Break. We saw it last generation. Quantum Break. There's nothing Sega Man that Xbox is going to do to get Colin Moriarty and these haters on board. It's okay. This is why they're taking this shit so hard. They're taking the loss of Bethesda so hard, even though they're trying to act like, no, it doesn't. It doesn't bother me. They're taking the eventual loss of Activision so hard. Well,
Yep.
Call of Duty doesn't bother me. Then why are you going to every motherfucking fucking company, corporation, and governing body to try to stop this shit? Sega Man, there's nothing Xbox is gonna do to ever. I hate to be so blunt. It just is what it is.
Hey,
There's
let me
nothing they
jump
can do
on you,
to
E-Rock.
get
Let me
these
jump on
people
you.
on board. It's not gonna fucking happen, and it's okay. We don't need them.
Let me jump on you, E-Rock, and compound what you're saying. Sony said we're going to have hundreds of shows. They don't. Microsoft went to every motherfucking show, dude.
Still doesn't
Every
matter.
show. So
Doesn't
they
matter.
missed Jeff Keighley's Sony Awards show, and everybody erupts into their bullshit. And let's go to the first lady of chat, coined by Smitty Smith. I know you saw that on Limited.
Mhm.
They need to be Sony. Dia is absolutely right. The only way Colin Moriarty will stop complaining is if Sony bought the Xbox division. And which we
Same
know-
with them. Same with those Xbox frauds who just want Xbox to be PlayStation 2.0. And I've always said that. Why don't we? When I hear people say shit like we're dying for a God of War, no, we're not.
Oh, no, we're
No, we're
not.
not.
Oh, we
Listen,
dying for Final Fantasy.
I
No, we're not.
guarantee you, Sony would sell its left nut to have a Halo in its roster.
Oh my
Are you
goodness.
kidding me?
Jack Trenton told you that. Don't act like you are insider unlimited. Jack Trenton said the one thing we don't have is a Halo.
Mm-hmm.
Jack Trenton said that a long ass time ago.
They would kill to have multiple billion-dollar franchises under its roster. They'd kill to have a billion-dollar franchise like Halo, Gears, Forza, now Elder Scrolls, now Activision, which made $1 billion in 10 days. Do you know they would abandon? You know how fast they would abandon God of War like a deadbeat dad if they had Activision on their roster making that kind of money. So this idea, this lie, it's a lie, not this idea. It's a flat out lie that you gamers have been told for almost a decade that Sony does things the right way, that their exclusives are bangers. It's not. And how do you know that? You might think Unlimited, you're just being biased fanboy. No, I know this because all the numbers point in the favor of the $1 trillion company. And you don't be a $1 trillion company that fostered a gaming company that does $600 billion. That does worth way more than both Sony and Nintendo, even though they got those press quote unquote exclusives without doing something right. You don't. I'm sorry, you don't. And not only that, it is an objective fact that Xbox makes the most money. They have the most innovative service. They got the most games. They own the most. They now own two of the biggest publishers ever. They're so ahead of the game that Sony will never, under its breath, catch up, and that's why they're trying to stop a deal that they're not going to stop. Which allows me to segue to this because I found this absolutely hilarious. And oh man, this is just a perfect way to cap off 2022 for me, man.
Wow.
Angry gamers sue Microsoft to stop the Activision Blizzard acquisition. Now, that headline kind of tells you all, but this I'm surprised this didn't happen sooner because they were emailing the president. They were emailing Elizabeth Warren and
Bernie Sanders.
They were asking Elon Musk to buy
Who's
to
next?
buy
Ross
Sony.
Perot?
so them,
God damn.
Man,
oh man.
Hey, Unlimited, and the title is a lie. It says gamers. No, it should say PlayStation fans.
Yeah, I couldn't find. Well, the media won't be that honest. I could not find could not find a headline that specifically said PlayStation gamers. Even though we know they're the only ones because there ain't no PC or Xbox dude in the planet that's
nor
Nintendo the game they're
Nintendo
gonna play or Nintendo. They about to get Call of Duty for the first time in like the decade, so they really ain't mad. So I'm gonna start with you, Tuckmaster. You there?
Yeah, he had to walk his puppies.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
busy,
All right,
man.
well, I'm gonna
So-
start with you, E-Rock, man. This hilarious news of PlayStation fans suing Microsoft. It's another failed moment, but man, let's just enjoy it, man. That's let's just enjoy it while we can, E-Rock. What are your thoughts on this, man?
This article can't be real. This is like a joke. Somebody he wrote this while he was high. Every angry gamer, they call. Well, I'm gonna call my injury lawyer. I gotta sue Microsoft for trying to stop this acting. Get the fuck out of here. This whole gaming industry, actually this whole entertainment industry, so fucking hilarious. But I will be glad when this Activision deal is over, and so we can just move on with life. This is just so ridiculous, guys. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. You can't stop this acquisition. It's going through. You're losing Call of Duty. I've said it a million times. PlayStation fans, PlayStation, why is Call of Duty so important to you when you supposedly have all of these bangers? It's a what's the word I'm looking for? It's a contradiction.
Yeah.
You got all these bangers, but you're worried about Call of Duty? I don't understand. Help someone help me try to understand this. And
it's simple. Those games aren't nearly as great as they make you say. Look, the chat was saying a few minutes ago. Nobody talking about God of War right now.
Nobody.
And they're not. No, they played God of War for like 3 days, E-Rock, and went back to talking about what?
Xbox and Activision.
Xbox. Yeah. And the best part about it, now the truth is coming out. People are calling it a walking simulator. People are saying it's the same game. They saying all of these things. The truth is starting to emerge. And E-Rock, I don't know if you know, but this is actually a court document that was filed in California. True story.
Yep.
Whole law read it today. It was hilarious, dude.
This is a hilarious situation. Where were all of these people to try to stop fucking Elon Musk from buying Twitter? Where are all these people to try to stop Disney from buying fucking Fox? Where were you all when shit was needed? But we got to stop Microsoft from buying Activision Blizzard. It's done.
A company that's in turmoil. They raping women out there. People over there dying. They treating black people like shit. Bobby Kotick is just have a frat party going on over there. That place, lawsuits galore, and Microsoft is assuming all of this risk.
Just let it go. Just let it go. But yeah, do we still have Sega Man or did he leave?
I'm here, brother. I'm here.
Oh
yeah. Let's see what's saying.
Yeah, Sega Man. Like again, I didn't mean to get so heated, man, but it's just
man, we good, dude.
You never
ain't pissed at us.
This is the truth, E-Rock. Bring that passion.
You're never going to win over these haters. And the sooner, I think Phil and Xbox knows that now. Yeah. I think the only people who don't know it is Warner Brothers. You're never going to win over these fucking haters. You're just not. You're just not. So what Xbox has been doing, again, I keep saying they should be the model for every other company other than Netflix. Yeah. It's Microsoft and Netflix. They seem to understand who they are, what their corporate culture is, and who their audience is, because Netflix just keeps on moving. Yeah, other team keeps saying we're in debt, but here's another $1 billion. Go out there and make 26 more movies, right? Xbox, yeah, everybody hates us, and Xbox needs more games, and yeah, well, just put High on Life out there, and boom, High on Life is a success. Like these companies that understand who they are and who their audience are should be the blueprint for all corporations. Because while Warner Brothers is out there trying to win over people who aren't going to like them no matter what, Xbox has figured out that their core audience is us, is you. High on Life wasn't made for Colin Moriarty or Crap Gamer or fucking Broken Games HD or fucking Colin Moriarty. It was made for me, the Sega Man.
Right.
Fucking Scorn wasn't made for fucking Geoff Keighley. And it was made for Sega Man.
It was made for Live Wires. It said it was a puzzle game.
Yes, they understand now who their audience are. They stopped sweating themselves trying to win over Japan because things changed enough in Japan where they won it any fucking way, right? Yeah. I mean, right. How crazy is that? Right. Xbox and Microsoft understand who they are, and it's so great to see. And they understood who they are by time heals all wounds, and a truth has longer legs than lies. Sony's lies has caught up with them, right? It caught up with them right here in this this article. Angry gamers sue Microsoft to stop Activision Blizzard. Why? Why? Why would you do that? Why would you do that unless you know it's the fucking end for PlayStation? Why would you do that? Why would you care? I thought they had all these bangers. I thought God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, we got all the games, you got all the bangers. Why would you care about this fucking shooter? Can't y'all make a shooter? Didn't y'all have SOCOM Navy SEALs once? Didn't y'all have Resistance Fall of Man? Look, I would make a shooter just comparable to God of War and not worry about it. You go through this much shit, Sega man, when you're scared. And like, I could give two fucks about Sony. I could give two fucks about Disney. The sooner them companies go out of business, the fucking better. You know what I mean? But Xbox, Sega man knows who their audience is. And I don't think there's anything they have to do to improve. They are doing everything fucking right.
Right.
2023 is just a fucking loaded howitzer full of something coming in Game Pass every week, seemingly every month. It's a win-win. But this whole shit, angry gamers sue Microsoft to stop the Activision Blizzard acquisition. It's ridiculous. It's a frivolous lawsuit. The FTC lawsuit is frivolous. It's fucking ridiculous that anybody would try to stop an American company from growing. But anything to try to keep Sony breathing for another day. Listen, if this company was as great as you claim it is, they would need you, angry gamers, to sue Microsoft. Again, you're contradicting yourselves. Oh, PlayStation is the bee's knees. PlayStation is the best. PlayStation is number one. Then why do they need you to try to sue Microsoft?
Go play that shit then.
Somebody try to help me figure this shit out, because I deal in logic. I don't deal in emotion. I don't deal in ridiculousness. I deal in fucking logic. So this article is ridiculous. Everything that's been going on with this acquisition, this is the longest acquisition in history. Like, I didn't even know who Discovery was, and in a matter of days they had bought fucking Warner Brothers, and in a matter of weeks they seem hell bent on destroying it. I don't know why the fuck this Activision deal is taking so goddamn long. Also, I don't know why it's taking Xbox so long to die. I heard Xbox was dying 10 years ago. Xbox is dead.
You keep listening because they're supposed to still be dying.
Yeah, they well, yeah. When is this company gonna die? When is this merger gonna be the fuck over? Like just gaming.
E-Rock, you know this. It's going to be kind of hard for the Xbox to die because the Xbox Series X is the component that's in those server racks that's around the world right now. So it's going to be kind of hard for it to die.
Other thing, I'm being facetious.
I know you are. I just wanted to help you in your bullshit. I wanted to join in. I didn't want you to have all the fun.
Like if a $675 billion company is dying, then the rest of us are in deep shit, bro.
Trouble.
We in
Big trouble, dude.
We are destitute. We are hobos living on the fucking street.
Shit.
But go ahead, guys. I spoke my piece on this shit.
Yeah, me too.
Shit,
I joined in enough.
I wish, man. I wish I was dying the way they say Xbox dying. Damn. Shit.
Man, I be acting a goddamn fool. I be laying a new supermodel each night with a golden condom.
Did you hear that shit? Unlimited said, "I wish they were dying like them." And these jokers over here trying to pay $68.7 billion for another company. Yeah, I wish death was that good and shit.
And here's the thing,
in cash.
And here's the thing: you said trying like that's hard for them. That's their pocket change. That's their pocket change.
My favorite one of my favorite Phil Spencer moments was that interview.
Please say it.
Where they asked him, so do you need Sony for Bethesda? No.
Yeah, he was like, hey, you should have saw us in his face. He was like, huh? What the fuck you just say?
They don't need them for nothing.
Hey man, they showed us the edited version, but the uncut version, Phil Spencer said, "What the fuck you say?"
Does the fucking sun need the earth to continue doing what the sun does? No, this shit could blow up tomorrow and the sun will still be out there. Like these motherfuckers are just Sony. By the time y'all realize Sony is irrelevant, it's gonna be too goddamn late.
Yeah, way too late. Yeah, man. Listen. I've been saying it for months now, man. I've never seen a fan base that had so much faith in a dying company the way the gaming world has faith in Sony. They got this unwavering faith in them. And Sony be literally be saying stuff like, yeah, we can't compete with God of War. We got nothing as big as Call of Duty. Oh, I'm like, damn. How much do you need to talk down to yourself before people just be like, yeah, maybe Sony ain't shit. But Sega, man, I'm gonna move on to you, man. I found this article today and I found it hilarious. What are your thoughts on PlayStation gamers? They reached a crescendo. This is the way Marvel acts 1 through 3 built to Thanos. This is what 2022 is building to. And it started with Phil putting out a tweet that cost Sony $20 billion, and now Sony fans themselves are suing Microsoft to stop this Activision deal. Sega, man, what are your thoughts on this, man?
Man, who are the angry gamers that want to
Colin Moriarty and Paul
Tassi? Who want to
Jason
stop
Schreier,
Activision Blizzard, man?
J Tech.
Yeah.
It's become, I don't know what to even say, brothers. It's became really
bad comedy.
Yeah, it's asinine, man. You listen, you guys, nobody, the gamers, whatever these articles they put up, you can't do nothing. It's going to happen. You can't sue you can't do anything. You can't do nothing. Look, Microsoft, Phil Spencer, how long has he been since they wanted to, when Activision went to them, right? How long has Phil been trying to play nice? He offered them 10 years.
Yeah.
10 years. He didn't have to do that. He could have pulled a Don Matrick move and said, you know what? There's other things out there, you could probably work on, like just making your own games yourself. I mean, he didn't say none of that stuff, guys. He tried to work with them, and they turned it down. He was dumb for turning that down. It's not. How is it really affecting the gamers? I can see if Sony can think that because it's their bread and butter, that's fine. Even if they gave Sony 10 years, let's just be honest. How is it really affecting PlayStation gamers when they're playing and enjoying Call of Duty?
Mm-hmm. And it's not
because what's going to happen. Those PlayStation gamers who play Call of Duty, because there are a lot of people who only buy like 3 games a year, and it's Call of Duty, Madden, and FIFA. They're going to jump to Xbox. Why? Because on Game Pass, there's this little service tied to it called EA Access. You know what games go there every year? Madden and FIFA.
Yeah.
And now the game that they dropped $70 for every year is going there day one at no extra cost soon. Yeah. Sony sees the writing on the wall. We see the writing on the wall. Microsoft sees the writing on the wall. Jesus sees the writing on the wall. Hell, even these politicians are starting to see the writing on the wall.
Jose Feliciano sees the writing on the wall.
Fucking Messi just seeing the writing on the wall.
Writing on the wall.
Yeah, Tom Brady seeing the writing on the wall. Everybody but Sony fans are seeing it, right? And it's because it's just so obvious where it's going. Listen, I said it last week, and I'll say it again. You don't need to be a fortune teller to see where this is going. Just pay attention to what's happening, right? Just pay. That's all you got to do. And when this deal happens, and when Sony loses Call of Duty, nobody's going to feel bad for them. Why? Because it's public knowledge that they had a 10-year offer, right, Sega man?
Yeah,
they had a 10-year offer and they turned it down. So, I don't feel bad. This athletes do this shit all the time. They'll get an offer.
Somebody
and they'll bet on
Sam's
themselves.
What the fuck? That must be tough.
Hey, and see, Sega man is definitely on to something. And he was like, Phil Spencer was always trying to be nice until Brad Smith said, "Hey, we tried for peace."
Yep.
They unlimited, and guys, I'm gonna tell you what, man. Let's rewind a little bit. If Sony should be mad. I'm gonna tell you, Sony should be mad at, guys. They should be mad at these so-called Sony gamers that were actually trolls that were touting everything about Xbox. Xbox is dead. Xbox is the 720p box. Xbox is the VCR box. Xbox got no games.
The Series S is hard to program for.
Right. It's the weaker console. They need to make a stronger console. All this stuff that they touted for years, right? like people said back in the day. Believe it or not, if you guys want to deny it or not, you did wake up a sleeping giant because Microsoft, they've been listening to that shit for years. Everything you guys been saying, Xbox has no games, Xbox has no games, Xbox has no games. They buy all these studios. They have the most powerful console, which started with the Xbox One X, now to the Xbox Series X.
Well, hold on there, Sega man. They had the most powerful console back in 2001.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Wait. Thank you, Unlimited. Thanks for going way back. They did. Thank you. Go ahead.
And he is right. He is right about that. But
Sega man, to jump on what you were saying, Unlimited used to make a joke about it, but the joke is 100% accurate. Microsoft did everything that the haters asked for.
Yeah.
Everything.
Every last fucking thing. You name it.
And Dia spelled that out earlier in the chat, and I'm gonna pull that shit back up before we get the fuck out of here.
And now that the tables are turned, now it's all this scrambling to make up stuff that Xbox is doing wrong. Like this article right here, angry gamers sue Microsoft to stop Activision Blizzard acquisition. It's not going to happen. You guys been talking this shit for so long, and I'm glad you guys did it. Keep doing it because you're not doing nothing but bringing me and my brothers on this panel more games to Game Pass, and everything like that. So keep on doing that. Keep saying it. I want you to keep saying every day when you get up in the morning before you wash your ass and brush your teeth. Keep saying Xbox got no games. Just keep doing that. I want you to do that. Keep doing that because you know what? We keep getting great games all the time, every week, guys. Right? Every week, almost every other week. There's games dropping in Game Pass.
I can't play them all.
Right. And there ain't shit dropping over there. There's nothing dropping over there.
And Gogo Pole said where it said? Gogo Pole said, where is it? So Sony, he said Call of Duty is so it means so much money to Sony. They know their days are numbered, so they went scorched earth. Because if they know they're gonna lose all of this money, dude. That's their cash cow. All of the money they make off of microtransactions, it pays for everything else. That's all they have. They have nothing else.
I
know.
That's what we thought. That's what we were told. Let's say that, because we had Xbox YouTubers, of course, and you know what? I really like Kratos as a character, but that game ain't shit. And you know what? I challenge
Xbox gamers was dying for a game like God of War. How are we dying for something that don't make any money?
I don't know. Hey, don't laugh at E-Rock. Don't laugh at him. He's right. I said this before. Man. I said, why would Xbox clamor for a game that's not $1 billion franchise? I mean, they looking down at God of War. Yeah, you sound good, dude. The perception is great, but you ain't bringing in no money. And Jim Ryan told them that. Jim Ryan was like, yo, y'all not enough. We don't have enough to compete if Call of Duty leaves. We just can't do it. He ain't lying. That dude is not lying.
You're right, he ain't lying, and they definitely ain't trying because they could be doing something. They could be doing better. If they want to, like I said, they let that go. That 2013 thing, they let them dudes do all that so they can, try to, praise PlayStation. They just let them do it. Didn't say nothing about it.
With Resogun, Sega man, Resogun. They hyped Resogun in 2013.
But they didn't have shit.
We had the better launch lineup in 2013.
And that didn't matter. Having the most powerful console and with this One X didn't matter. Buying studios like Ninja Theory didn't matter. As a matter of fact, when they bought Ninja Theory, I literally saw videos where they're like, "Why did you betray us, Ninja Theory?" Even though Ninja Theory literally has a video on YouTube right now where they explain that they would have went under if Microsoft didn't buy them. But they don't care. They
didn't buy the game either, right?
Yeah,
right?
They don't care.
They didn't buy the game over there.
Yeah, exactly. They don't listen, Sega man. Sony fans don't care about the devs. They don't care about games. The only thing they care about if a game says only on PlayStation, and even then they aren't even buying them, as the numbers prove. But they just like it as E-Rock and Heap Up when we put the perception that a game is only on PlayStation is literally all that matters to them. Why? So they could rub it in your face, Sega man, because you play on Xbox. They don't even be liking this shit. They don't even be liking these games. Colin Moriarty literally said, God of War is like is a PS4 game, and yet he used that game to talk shit about Xbox. How does that make sense? That's like me. That's like me talking shit about the Eagles, even though the Texans are 1-11. Like, what am I doing here? My team sucks. You know, and the Sony game sucks. So, and they know it sucks, and yet they still somehow use it as ammo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Tuckmaster, are you there, or did the ham hocks complete, man? Or the barbecue? You got the grill running or something?
There's no rules of engagement for Tuck. There's no honor among podcasts. If we got to walk
watch at the end of the show. And one more thing.
Absolutely.
hey, E-Rock, man, can you sign out, please? Here. Hey, guys, I gotta ask you something, guys.
Well, he's busy, guys. He's kind of busy because he got the new lineup of the Chitlin plush dolls coming out. He got to get those ready for Christmas, and he's kind of busy. So I can understand.
And then and here's our boy Jay. He's back. The CMA and this is I know you don't like the deal that much, E-Rock, but Jay has a great point. The CMA asked for the public's opinion. 75% of the comments, the emails that they had, were in favor of Microsoft purchasing Activision and Blizzard, and they weren't expecting that. Because the few Sony fans, they're so damn loud, and they're it's coupled by Jason Schreier and Colin Moriarty and Ryan McCaffrey and all of these clowns, right? And those emails that they read, a lot of people dogged them out, and then other people gave them legit reasons, like, no, Microsoft needs to take this company over, for various reasons.
Which I'm glad you brought that up. I did forget to mention that, but that shows you just how minuscule these guys' audiences are. You know what I'm saying? That, and I've said, one guy said it, E-Rock. They don't have the power they think they do. And I this because they're always wrong. There's no way. It's impossible, E-Rock, to be wrong every single time and keep an audience. I'm sorry. You keep that bubble audience. Yeah, you'll keep that loyal bit, but that's about it. Listen, how many times did guys like Foxy Gamer, who said this guy Foxy Gamer UK said in 2020 the PlayStation 5 is 13.3 teraflops, and everybody ran with that shit, and it turned out, and when it turned out to be a lie, he didn't apologize, he didn't retract statements, he just made up. So you know what he did, E-Rock? He made up another lie. You know what that lie was? The PS5 has RDNA 3, some shit that don't even exist yet.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah, well, no, it just came out. RDNA 3 just came out in some big ass card that I don't know how much it is, but that's a big ass PC card now that has RDNA 3 in it. I think it just came out this week or last week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. This week, December 2022. But he was saying this in 2020. Zane,
correct,
right?
Yep.
And that's and then so you can't lie to your audience time after time after time, E-Rock, and think that your words are going to have any impact eventually, right? And I'm glad Zink brought that up, because it's when 75% of the gamers who emailed the CMA said, "Hey, we're for it," that tells me that the majority of the shit we talk about, it's even less impact than even I was thinking, right? The Colin Moriartys of the world, man, they really, to say they ain't shit is an understatement. And I should have saw this, because the numbers back up what I say more than any show they ever did, any award they could ever give a game, any review score they could ever give a game, E-Rock. And so that's why, to tie back with our first discussion about the paradigm shift with the success of High on Life, that I think we've reached a turning point. I think we've reached a turning point where Xbox is the one with the good perception now. We're just not seeing it publicly, because the gaming media is fighting tooth and nail, Zink and Sega man, fighting tooth and nail to prop up Sony, and it's for a failing effort. I mean,
the South didn't fight this hard to keep their slaves.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. Like, them motherfuckers gave us back about 5 battles. Like, you know what? Fuck it. You can have the niggers. Fuck it. These PlayStation motherfuckers are fighting tooth and fucking nail to keep this ridiculous. Even the Japanese have given up on PlayStation, right?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Japanese was it who was it? Was it Square Enix or who was it?
Yeah, it was Square Enix. It was Square Enix.
They gave up on the Japanese. So all the narratives are being destroyed. Gaming is once again in control. The control is held by the West. So all these narratives are being destroyed, and all you have is Colin Moriarty each week on his fucking Sacred Symbols podcast with tears in his eyes. You know, he looks like, you ever go in your grandmother's basement and there's these pictures of these crying puppies. That's what he looks like. Every fucking podcast.
Everybody got that. What's it? Hey, my mother got that. She took the picture from my grandmother's house. It's in our laundry room now.
The crying fucking puppy. This dude is on the podcast. I don't think it's going to have any effect. And and it's not fair that they're playing. Like, dude, if the shoe was on the other foot, all we'd be hearing was Xbox done. Listen, Colin Moriarty, this is what you guys asked for. Xbox should compete. Xbox should be. Tears in his eyes. Well, Psychonauts 2, not their game. Deathfire Tokyo, not their game. Like,
hey,
wow.
Somebody, I think it was Shinzo. I think it was
That was
Shinzo
great.
Elite said that next year, if a Redfall and Redfall, if Redfall and damn, that's y'all hear that?
Starfield.
Yeah, yes. If Redfall and Starfield are good, they're gonna say they're not going. They're gonna say Xbox don't
not
get
their
credit
game.
for it. Yeah.
What a whiny fucking. I mean, dude, Colin Moriarty, Paul Tassi, all you guys, at least have some dignity in losing. God damn.
ETA sound like a little bitch saying that, man. That was cracking up when I seen that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? And Shisno Elite said it. He keeps hearing how smart Colin Moriarty is. You know, and he say some of the dumbest things, dude.
Dumbest shit.
And the cap it off is when you tell, like Unlimited brought it up early. Phil Spencer was at Microsoft damn near since he was 18, dude, as an intern. And now all of a sudden, y'all bitch and moaned about Game Pass. Phil Spencer says it's profitable, and you outright say, I don't believe him. I'm like, what?
Hey, Zink,
I'm like, really, huh?
Unlimited put up. Look what Unlimited put up, man. Why do people want the Series X? I don't understand. 20 million units. I don't understand. Why do they want it, man?
Yeah, I mean, it's got no games. The controller doesn't massage my back, and I don't got to blow into it. I'm not sure what it does.
I don't understand that. I'm
don't
trying,
have
I'm
haptic
trying to
feedback.
figure it out. Other Zink, why don't they
well, Unlimited is hyping up the PlayStation because the battery of the PlayStation controller lasts 3 hours. Then they have a new controller and it lasts less than 3 hours. So I don't know. We supposed to be excited, I guess, about having a controller that lasts less than 3 hours when I never plug my controller up, dude. I plug my controller up just because I didn't do it all.
I hardly ever plug my Elite in, ever.
Ain't it?
Hardly.
Yeah,
it lasts forever, dude. That's the truth.
They don't even make the battery long enough to watch a cutscene in their games.
Especially if it's by Kojima. Shit.
Yeah, but this gonna be we're gonna do our final topic, then do our most anticipated games, then call it a night. But yeah, as we see on screen, the Xbox Series S and X has sold more than 20 million units 2 years after the ninth gen started. You know, I like putting up stuff like this, not because I'm a sales guy or nothing like that. I just like to celebrate success. And you know, as we talked about all show, basically, Xbox has given us nothing but praise. You know what I'm saying? They deserve every unit they sell, Sega, man. They deserve. So I'm gonna start with you, man. What are your thoughts on this Series X console selling more than 20 million units 2 years after release?
Man, I'm gonna tell you what. I'm mad, man. I'm really upset. I'm gonna get on the chat too. You know, Shizno Elite, I'm mad at you, man. Jay, all you guys talking about Xbox.
Cuss them out.
I'm mad at all you guys, man. That
Get
shit's wrong, man. Fuck all that shit, man. PlayStation is the best, man. Fuck all that bullshit, man. I want to hear that shit, man. Fuck that, man. PlayStation is the shit. We got the bangers, man. God of War. You know what I'm talking about? God of War with all the dogs barking constantly. We got this shit going on over here, man, in PlayStation, man. PlayStation 5 is the shit, man. I can use that shit for a heater. I can use that to start my fucking car. Just hook it up to my battery, and I'm on the go, nigga. Going to work. PlayStation 5 is the best. That motherfucking Xbox. Fuck that Xbox, man. I want that shit.
He said he can put it in car battery. God damn.
I want that shit, man.
Well, that's the hard stuff right there, boy.
That's right, Sega man. Who wouldn't have played 40 games a year when you could play 3 games a
I
year?
want that shit. I want no ultimate game. You know what I want? I want PlayStation asparagus, nigga. I want that. You have the best games over there, bruh. I want that. I don't want no damn ultimate game pass. Why would I pay $15, man? Why I want to pay $15 for a month of games when I can go pay more with asparagus that has more, man? I don't want that shit.
Right. Don't you Xbox know that our most used app is Pornhub? What's the matter with y'all? What do you
What's
mean?
wrong with y'all, man? I don't want that. I don't got no porn, man. This is the best over here, man. We got all the porn on here, shit. We can see
All of it.
We can see our brother Tuckmaster got a new porn out. Chitlin goes Debbie Dallas and shit. We can go watch that shit, man. I don't want that shit, man.
It keeps my towel.
Oh shit! This
Yeah,
guy
and then we
shows
got our
up.
brother Hebot in here too, man. I'm gonna tell you, man.
Yeah,
I
let's
don't
see what
want
the
that
fuck
shit.
he thinks.
PlayStation 5 is the best. It can't be beaten, man.
Word
Greatness
up.
awaits over.
Hey,
greatness
Hebot,
awaits over
Hebot.
here, man.
Yeah,
Yo,
Sega
Hebot.
man went nuts.
Yeah, I
yeah.
know, man. Sega Man's hilarious. Hey, Hebot, man. How many PlayStation 5s did you deliver for Santa today?
None.
You confused him. He was like, I did deliver so
None.
many.
I was using mine as my towel heater for my back. It works
Oh,
wonders
man.
all day long.
You know,
Keeps my
Yeah.
towel warm.
hey guys, but all kidding aside, I'm proud of them. I'm very proud of them. I'm very proud of Microsoft. I'm proud of Xbox. That's
You know what? You finally made me mad,
You know,
Sega man.
that's phenomenal, man.
You're nothing but a liar. Sega man, no, you're a liar. You're not proud of them because the thing is, how could they do it and their marketing is terrible?
I know, man. I know.
Yeah, that's right.
I know their marketing is bad. Hey, I don't want my games to go as the guy that says the Xbox is the best box. I don't want my games going to a service, man. I don't want that.
Didn't PlayStation sell like 37 million consoles? They sold like 10 million consoles in like a month, right?
Yeah,
Easily. They might
Right.
be at 47
they were
million
short
right
stock.
now.
They were short stock. They weren't the number one selling console for Black Friday. So I don't understand how they do their numbers. But boy, oh boy.
Talk that shit.
I'm canceling all my games. I'm canceling all my games. Are going to a service.
I guess it's a Christmas miracle. I guess the Christmas miracle.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Dyla. Dila. Thank you for the
Good day, yeah.
hand clap, Daya. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, she's cool. She's.
I thought it was DL. It's actually DI. I see it.
Yeah.
And it's a mall. So what you guys are in the hay about today?
Yeah.
Man, we talking a lot of shit, and since you
Yeah.
brought up Dia, because I didn't want this comment to get out of the way.
Did
You know,
y'all see
E-Rock was-
Sony's lie? Did y'all see Sony's lie?
Uh-oh.
What's that?
It's
happened?
on
Oh, there
screen.
it is.
It's on
Yeah,
screen.
right.
37 million units have
Yeah.
sold.
Okay.
Now, just a few months ago, they were at 21 million, and the God of War bundle didn't sell no 16 million.
That's what I
consoles.
said.
Come
Come
on now.
It's a
Come on
Christmas
now,
miracle.
Sony. So,
How you calculate 5.7 what 5.3 million units? If the
You know
units
what?
are also counting the bundle units, because that's what they always do.
oh,
And
here
you
it
know
is.
what? Here's
Back
the
in
thing.
June. Here it is. Back in June, 21.7.
21.7 million.
They want us to believe that in less than 6 months they sold 16 million consoles.
Get the
Come on
fuck
now.
out of here. And you know what? What is not reflected? It's not reflecting in their software sales. It's not.
Mhm.
Yeah,
If they
excellent
had
point.
37 million consoles sold, God of War with no games out there, because there's not that many games out there other than Call of Duty, Madden, and FIFA to them, God of War should have hit the roof. Unlimited Productions' favorite game, Horizon Forbidden Entertainment, that should have hit the roof in sales. My favorite game, Gran Turismo 7, that should have sold off the hook. These some lying ass dudes.
Well, I mean, Stray hit 4 million players. There's that.
Mm. It's pretty good.
Yeah,
Wasn't
I
that
just
given
found it
for
funny.
free in their service? What's it called? Sega Man, their service is called Asparagus.
Yeah, asparagus. Yeah.
Okay, that's what it's called.
It's just
Yeah.
funny how anytime Microsoft release numbers or does anything good, somehow Sony magically gets these sales.
They always do it, bro. Always.
Yo.
It's like clockwork. They do it all the time.
Yeah, E-Rock was just saying, make it make sense. Make this one make sense. How the hell? What game? What metric do you have, Zinc, that shows me that they sold 16? Because if they would have sold 16 million anything, Sony would have bragged about that.
Oh yeah.
Of course, it would have been on the news and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Well, how did they sell those numbers if they weren't even the highest selling or hottest selling console?
Doing the
for Black
hottest
Friday?
selling
I
weekend.
don't get that. Which is the time of the year where most consoles sell.
What do we
Aurora
always said
of
about
Time said it
PlayStation?
best.
What was that, E-Rock?
No, go ahead, Jake.
Aurora of Time said Xbox sells 20 million units. Aurora of Time says ponies, we sold 3 quadrillion PlayStations. It's Hebot's perception, man. Perception is reality to them. And somebody said something about that in one of the shows. They said PlayStation has the perception and mind share. I said in the comment section, I said, Mindshare cannot buy you a ZeniMax. It can't. Mindshare doesn't put money in your bank account, dude.
Look at what Dia said. They said they make Pinocchio look like a saint. Gee, it's like, gee, at least lie with something more believable.
Yeah, hey, that's a great point, Dia. They lie like children. They lie like children. That's something you think a 5-year-old do.
Ridiculous, D.
Yeah, you know what it reminds me of, guys?
I got a bajillion cookies, Daddy.
Yeah, hey, unlimited. You know what it reminds me of? Remember, you guys remember when we used to be in school and we had that one kid that always said some shit like, I don't know, like if we had Sega Saturn or Sega Genesis or whatever,
I got a Neo
shit
Geo.
like, oh, yo, you know I got no. He'll be like, I got the new Nintendo system. Ain't nobody else got it. I got it. Oh, my father worked for
Right,
Nintendo.
better he bought. Yes.
And then you tell him, how you got that? Because, you know, we're gullible. We don't really know any better at that age.
Well,
my father worked for Nintendo. It's coming out in like 4 years. Like, what?
And he went to Japan last week and brought this back.
Right. That's the same. Everybody remembers when we was in school, when we were younger.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that.
There was that one kid that always pulled that bullshit up. Oh, yo, I got these new sneakers, the new Jordans. Ain't nobody got them shits yet. My father got it. He worked at Nike. Oh my God.
E-Rock came in here tripping. But that's true, dude. We all had one of those and shit.
Hell yes, bro. I remember them dudes.
But Sony, believe none of what you hear and half of what you see. I've always
Well,
said
they're the Sony fans today. That's how they are. That's how the Sony fans are. Those type of dudes.
But it's always been that way.
Bro, you know, I have arguments with my boy all the time. He's a fucking pony out the wazoo. He always like, oh, yo, my PlayStation controller lasts me longer than my Xbox controller. I said, you fucking lying. Get the fuck out of there with that shit. It's like, dude, I got a PlayStation controller. You know that's bullshit. And then it come out, oh, the new Elite, $200. Yeah, it's shorter lifespan than the actual regular controller. Like, what?
Yo, what the hell?
Like, Jesus Christ. These dudes, they believe their own doo-doo.
And it's funny, and I know some people might be viewing like, but Unlimited, why do you believe Microsoft and not Sony? Because Microsoft, first of all, they can't lie about their numbers like that. You know,
oh hell, they get crucified.
Correct.
Yeah, they'd be run to the ground.
Look at how the American government's up their ass. You think they can do that? They don't have that privilege.
Yeah,
it's too big.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking track. Why do you leave Microsoft and Sony? Fucking track record. Sony's been lying for 25 years.
Oh yeah.
Fucking track record. You go by a track record. Microsoft has never lied or been caught in a lie. Sony's been caught in fucking thousands of lies since Ken Kutaragi was in charge.
Oh
and the new generation don't even know who Ken Kutaragi is.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, they
Ken Kutaragi, goddammit. I bet you like maybe 1% of probably answered to.
Oh, what was that?
Of the new PlayStation fans, huh?
What was that, Hebot?
Like the new PlayStation fans, I guarantee you put that up on Twitter. Who's Ken Kugaragi, right? Ken
They
Kugaragi.
wouldn't know what
And
the
maybe
hell you
like
were talking
2% of
about.
them will
Oh,
probably know
yeah,
who he is.
yeah, man.
They probably say you're a basketball player or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what the problem is? So they have that cheating, man. All they go is go to Google. Ain't nobody being honest anymore.
Hold on, Hebot. Come on, man. How long we been doing this show? They don't use fucking Google,
Nope.
or else none of the stuff they'd say would.
They don't
Right.
use Google for Xbox.
Call Hebot in the
They
lie.
use Google for everything else.
Yeah, Hebot, I wouldn't have a show if they use Google, man, because then I wouldn't be able to disprove anything. There wouldn't
Well,
be no
because
truth.
they don't use it for Xbox, my brother. They use it for everything else. That's stupid, but they don't use it for Xbox. But you're
They'll
right
do
about
it.
that.
They'll do an
Like
entire
what you
video.
talking about? Just Google it, motherfucker. It's public record, and you'll find it. Estúpido.
They'll do an entire video without even going to Google to check their facts. Well, Xbox gamers didn't give a damn about Bethesda until Xbox bought Bethesda and did unlimited production. Does a Google search and find out that Xbox gamers
Or
have
like
been
your
buying
boy,
fucking
like your
Bethesda
boy
games
Alex,
since
like your boy
Morrowind.
Alex. No, oh, that's so Alex. E-Rock, like your boy.
Yeah, well, that's what I was referring
that
to.
Bethesda games never sold on Xbox.
Yeah.
Oh my
Fucking
goodness.
idiot.
It's
It
a
took
great
me
show
10
by
seconds.
Unlimited.
Took me 10 seconds to find out that Skyrim was the sixth best-selling game on the 360.
It's one of Unlimited's best shows, boy.
10th best-selling game on the OG Xbox, and Fallout 4 was the 10th
Every
best-selling game on the Xbox.
game from them on console always sold best on Xbox.
Yep.
Always.
And then not only that, just a few weeks ago, our boy Todd Howard said, "Hey, look, we used to have exclusive content on Xbox, so we've always worked with them for everybody like Colin Moriarty who wants to preach about organic and all that."
Yeah.
Nurturing,
but
nurturing like their mothers or something. Well, we gotta nurture
Yeah.
studios. Like that ain't my fucking mom. Just buy this shit if they want to be purchased.
I always go to Google before I write an article or before I go into a comment section arguing with some fool, which you're trying to do, just so I have fucking context. Like I didn't know that the DCEU's movies made like $6.8 billion or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Some dude was trying to say, "Oh, that universe is a failure." So I'm like, okay, well, let me find out if it's a failure.
Right.
And then they made all
but
this
you know
fucking
what,
money.
E-Rock, they hold that shit to higher standards like Xbox because
Yep.
I think it was BBS, right? Was it BBS? It was one of them. Oh, Man of Steel. Man of Steel made like 800 million, almost made $1 billion, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was like 800 plus. And that wasn't good enough. Oh, no, that's not good enough. But if a Marvel movie made that, oh my God, it's amazing. He made incredible money. Like, that's the type of standards they hold in fucking retarded.
If a DC movie makes 400 or 500 million, it's a failure. If a Marvel movie makes 500 million, it was a great success. It's the same thing with fucking with Xbox and PlayStation. It's these fandoms, and that's why I was telling Sega Man earlier. Sega Man poses a great question. Like, what can Xbox do, man? They keep saying Xbox should do better. What can Xbox do to win these guys over? So nothing. You're not going to win these people over. They haters, you're never going to win them over. So why bother? Worry about making me and Hebot and Zinc happy. That's who you make happy.
Yeah, and the thing is, like Jay just said, everybody was saying, because they were so mad that Microsoft didn't show something at Jeff Keighley's Sony show, and Todd Howard did damn near a 3-hour interview about his freaking game. To a YouTuber that's so big, and this is a boring sounding guy, but as I listened to this entire interview, I said I could see why people would like this dude, but he did an almost 3-hour candid interview with this guy. Where's Sony? We didn't see Spider-Man at Jeff Keighley's show. We didn't see an in-depth interview on how the same.
We haven't seen nothing new or unique either.
Haven't seen shit.
All they do is keep remaking the same shit they already got.
E-Rock, no, was it Zinc? I think Zinc pointed out that the Thor boss fight in God of War Ragnarok was the same as another boss fight in
when he fights Belmir.
They showed the same moves, dude. It was crazy, and they put them side to side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. A lot of stuff was rehacked that they used. Yeah.
Oh my God! And yet you have IGN about 3 months ago saying, I don't know, Playstyle Requiem seems familiar. Like, motherfucker, really? No, man. You cannot. How did he?
They got one game made, and it seems familiar. Yeah,
How
God of
do
War
these,
got like 12 games. Oh, no, it's not familiar territory. What are you talking
Right.
how do these
about? Oh, Jesus
motherfuckers
Christ.
keep their jobs? How do these motherfuckers do this shit with a straight face? Just lie to the public
Dude,
and get
I
away with
lost, I lost total respect when IGN had the gall to say that fucking, uh, what was the game that they remastered for PlayStation with the little
Oh,
boy? No, not with the little boy. Oh, Shadows of Colossus, right?
it. Okay.
Oh,
Shadows of
yeah.
Colossus was just a paint, it was just graphics. That's it, nothing else. And then they compare that shit and they say, oh, it got the same score it got when it came out on PlayStation 2 years ago, which was a 9.1, right?
Mm.
Meanwhile, when the Gears Ultimate Collection came out,
Oh
that
my
we
God.
all know
too
was
much
not
A
only
button.
a
With a
graphical
new
code,
act on it.
they added all this bunch of new features, new gameplay from all the other games that came out afterwards.
It was from the
They added
PC
more
game.
gameplay modes in the online. They
Mhm.
added the story mode that was, lost only on PC.
Yep.
A bunch of shit, and then they give it it went from a 9.4, right, a 94, right, to like
Mhm.
a 8.2, and they say, oh, because it had too much A button. When
Well,
every
that's too
game
much A
has a
button there.
Wow.
primary button.
Yeah,
I was like, get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Gears Ultimate was way more successful than Shadow of the Colossus, and I know this
Yeah.
because Gears Ultimate revitalized the multiplayer. I remember that.
Oh, my
Unlimited, tell me
goodness.
one game that doesn't have a primary button.
Oh, every game has that. Man.
Every game has a primary button.
If
Whether
every
it's
game,
the A button or whether it's the B button or whether it's the X button, every
Or it's
game
the
has a
bumper button.
primary button.
Yeah, that reload button is what kills the controller for me on Gears because I hit that bitch all throughout the
Like,
game.
get the fuck.
If you let these reviewers, these game people, and these journalists in entertainment talk long enough or write long enough, they always expose themselves every fucking time that they don't have
Oh
any
yeah.
facts,
At some
and
point they will. Yeah.
they're allowed to get away with writing this shit. I don't know fucking how they do it. I don't know how there's no journalistic integrity no more. It's just everybody's just out here fucking free balling and saying whatever they want to say. But if I did that shit, they fucking have me in fucking irons.
Right.
Hey, you know what? Hey, Unlimited. I wanna call out the rest of the guys. I'm not calling you out, but I'm gonna call out E-Rock. I'm gonna call out Hebot. I'm gonna
I
call
just
out
got here.
Tuck
Come
Master.
on.
I'm gonna call your ass out. I'm gonna call out Sega Man because they trying to protect Sony right now. Because they just Sega Man sent me a DM. He's like, man, I don't want to talk about the games we expecting for 2023 because Sony don't have shit but one game coming in 2023.
wait. There's no guarantee, man. Because
You sneak.
let's
Sega Man's a
remember
sneak.
the 2022 lineup was our delays. So who's to say
Mhm.
Spider-Man don't get delayed? And I'm saying this right now. I hope Spider-Man gets delayed, not because and so you might be but no, because I want Spider-Man to be delayed. E-Rock, because I want to see Ryan McCaffrey. I want to see him make an article saying it's a slap in the face that we didn't get a single AAA exclusive. I want that.
Unlimited. Spider-Man can't be delayed because Spider-Man is going to be the same shit. Rinse, wash, repeat all over again.
It's a PS4 game.
Just with a new coat of paint,
I don't
new villains, and maybe one or two new mechanics. That's it.
I know. Hit left trigger to swing left, right trigger to swing right. Press X to punch, press Y to dodge. It's the same shit in all the game, but still, I want it delayed. I want it delayed so bad, Hebot, because I know
you want to see that if the hypocrisy is going to keep going through.
I need that, man. I need to see that.
I follow you. I feel you. I need it too.
That would be the worst thing ever because this show would be crazy. Shitsno Elite would trip. Deal with Trip. Everybody in this chat. Hey man, we just have to laugh and read the chat all day. Because we'd be
you can make a show
people
out of the chat by itself, I guarantee.
Oh shit.
Listen, we're talking about IGN.
Hold on. 1 second. Cino's right. The same map of Manhattan. Because every Spider-Man game is in New York, E-Rock.
Yeah. They never change the map. Never.
Because you can't change the map because he's stuck in one fucking location.
I mean, if he wanted to travel, let's say he went with his girl to, like, I don't know, Chicago, and shit goes down in Chicago, he could always help out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he could only go to like major cities. He can't go to like
That's right.
Topeka, Kansas,
That's right.
Swinging around.
Listen,
And
You talking about IGN though? IGN did Nintendo dirty. You don't remember when they said that they didn't like Pokemon? I forgot what game it was because that shit had too much water in the game.
Oh wow.
yeah,
Oh, what the fuck? I swear to you, that was in their article. It's too much water in the game.
yeah,
I'm not even joking.
They got memed to hell for that. Their worst review ever though to me was Alien Isolation.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That review was so bad. I still question to this day if they even played the game or if they just sat at their loading screens like and just made shit up because they not only did they give that game a piss poor review, nothing they said was actually in the game, and
Yes.
nobody got fired for it. Like Erock said, somehow there's no standards in the gaming media. I don't know why, but
just like JJ jumped in the chat talking shit. Sony games delay, it's a good thing. Microsoft, nah.
Yeah.
Xbox, no.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I listen. When Spider-Man's delayed, I guarantee we're going to see. All of a sudden, they're going to care about the devs again.
They're gonna make it great.
Yeah. They're going to care about the devs. Well, the devs need time to perfect it. Meanwhile, when Starfield was delayed, so they could get rid of that PS5 garbage version.
Thank you.
Everybody lost their mind to the point, Erock, that I had to tell Xbox fans on my own channel, hey guys, calm down. It's just a delay. It's not the end of the world, right?
Right.
Because even Xbox fans lost their mind earlier this year over.
Oh
that.
yeah.
Went nuts, dude.
Yeah, nuts is an understatement. I don't. But I'll say this, and I'll say this: the only good thing about stuff like that, Zinc, is that at least people are emotionally attached to Xbox. Because the worst thing that could happen is how I feel about Nintendo, where I just don't give a shit, right? Yeah. And so at least that, because no matter what happens, they keep Xbox name in the media all the time. And that's got to be something. That's got to be some level. I don't know what it is in marketing terms, Zinc. When people just keep Xbox name out there, but that I know that does wonders for them. Where no matter what happens, Xbox is on the front page of some gaming news.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
So, but I'm liking it, man. And like Dia over here, I think it sounds like your friend Dia 4568 must have been a pony. She's like, hey, I learned the truth.
Maybe she's just young, Not everybody.
Maybe it's a testament to the unlimited truth.
Yeah. Hey, I hope people come out at my show, knowing more than they than before. But hey, with that, we're gonna hit our final topic and then call it a night. And our final topic is pretty straightforward.
That was a nice comment by Dia. That was really sweet of her.
Yeah. Hey man,
Dia is fire, dude.
You see what it says? It says, "Thank you to everyone on the panel. Mm-hmm. It's been an insight as Xbox gamers that I've learned the true history about Xbox. In the beginning, I was misled. I'm just glad that I've learned the truth through you guys." I guess that's
nice.
Yeah, and it's our pleasure, man, and it's our pleasure. And you wouldn't have the truth if it wasn't for the intense knowledge of guys like Erots, Zinc, Sega Man, and Hebot, and Tuck. Whenever he ain't walking dogs, he'll add something to it too. But yeah, our final topic for tonight, I just want to know. It's a simple question: your most anticipated game of 2023, and Tuck Master, if you're there, what's your most anticipated game for next year? You see, I asked him this because I know he ain't gonna say no.
Yeah, you gotta give him the benefit of the doubt. You know what I mean? So.
Sega Man have his paper. He emailed it to Sega.
He'll sneak it up. He'll sneak up. Yeah, guys, this is it. Don't worry, he'll show up. He'll show up.
What is it? Hong Kong Kung Fu Masters or something?
Never give up on Tuck. No, he said there was one coming out called Chitlin Busters. He's dying to play.
I love Tuck because he's consistent. At least never flopped. At least he never flip flop on hating ponies. I'll give him that. But
absolutely,
he's
consistent. I'm always being quiet when we need him to talk.
And he never flip flops on ducking out a podcast early. You know what I mean?
Well, all right. How about my brother Zinc? I'm gonna start with you, man. What's your most anticipated game for 2020?
Now you knew no better than to start with me on this, dude. Halo, no, dude. No. Listen, y'all. Hey,
it's gotta release. It's gotta be a game that releases next year.
I know the answer.
Don't say Pong update. Don't give me Galactica update or none of that, man. It gotta be a game that's coming out in 2023.
this could possibly be the first time Unlimited say, "Hey, are you available tomorrow?" And I'm like, "Hey, man, I got to get this race in." It's Forza, dude.
Yeah.
Forza is it. It was my first toy, 3 years old, that I really like. I like racing so much I wasn't even allowed to play it because when they gave me the controller, you know, the little gun to the race car, I'd squeeze that mug and the car fly off the track, go into the wall. So I could only watch. So now you take racing from the Atari with Pong and not Pong, Indy 500 and Night Drive in 77 and 78. You go through pole position and outrun, and you know, now we're here with Forza, and this shit look like this. Oh, dude, I watched that Forza video again today. I caught myself in a lie, so let me stop because let YouTubers tell it. Microsoft didn't show us shit all year, so I don't know what I was looking at. But mysteriously, it was a video showing how dope Forza 2023 is going to be. You know, I happened to see it, but yeah, man, that's my game. Looking forward to it, and it's going to be the benchmark. Nothing is going to look like this. Oh, and I know you probably saw this, Hebot, but once they showed that it was going to be 4K, 60 frames per second with ray tracing, Digital Foundry went off. There was like no fucking way this shit is happening.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
But if Sony had to show something like that, oh, it's the great possibilities. I can't wait.
Absolutely. I know you know Sony can do it.
You don't remember when they did like a 3-hour fucking. You don't remember when they did like a 3-hour episode when they showed that beta of fucking when they were running Unreal Engine 5 on the PS5, that demo with that chick?
And then Sega Man's boy Aaron Greenberg said, our games are using Unreal 5 also.
That's right.
Right.
He jumped
and
in
then you couldn't find out that the demo was running like at 560p or some shit like that.
Hell yeah. and I brought up Sega Man because he knows that the masters of Unreal is the coalition.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
So the best game gonna come 100%. From whatever the fuck the coalition does. Or whoever they help.
Yep. All right, hey, yeah, Forza Motorsport, excellent choice. Sega Man, what's your most anticipated game for 2023?
Gear 6. No, I'm just kidding, man. That's wishful thinking, bro.
Well, I would have almost switched.
That's not coming out. That's not coming out for a minute. I don't think that's coming out for a minute. I might have to go with Zinc because Forza. It's my favorite racing game of all time. It used to be Sega GT.
Sega GT was badass.
Yeah, it just reminds me. It reminds me of those. It reminds me of those games. The Xbox, in a lot of ways, reminds me of the Dreamcast. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm gonna go with the Forza. I cannot wait to see that masterpiece of a racing game, man. A lot of people say that they don't like the sim games. I like the sim games more than the other ones. I like Forza Horizon. They're great games, but I like the sim games. I like Forza Motorsport 7. I still play it today. You know what I mean? I just can't wait to see that. When I seen that demonstration they did, I was blown away. And that's going to blow everything out of water. I'm sorry, Gran Turismo is ghost. It can't hold a candle to Forza Motorsport. It just can't. You know
I'm glad you said that because I don't want to catch you in a lie, but that doesn't. Gran Turismo 7 didn't outdo Forza Motorsport 7 from 2017.
Yeah.
4K 60 on the Xbox One X.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. And remember back then, guys, that was beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah. Hey, and you know what? Unlimited jumped in and he made me remember Gran Turismo 7. John Lindemann said this. He said Gran Turismo is almost completely locked at 60 frames per second. Then they keep talking about 2 minutes after that, and they show Gran Turismo 7 in the rain dropping down to 43 frames per second. Dude, what the fuck are you talking about almost locked? That's like saying, hey, your mother said, hey, did you lock the front door? Well, it's almost locked. Huh?
Yeah.
What the fuck you mean? It's almost locked. It's locked or it's not locked. Get your ass out of here.
Hey guys, I'm with Zink. They just don't have it anymore, man. They don't. Their heyday is back in the early days of PlayStation 1. That was great. That was their biggest, most sold IP. I think it still is. Was Gran Turismo 1 or something. So maybe something.
It is. That's their only billion-dollar franchise.
But that's if it's still $1 billion franchise, to be honest with you.
But it reached that status, is what I'm saying. And my boy Ramo does just what you just did. He shuts me down and he say, dude, it's not doing anything anymore. It's a shell of itself,
Yeah.
And it is, so it's not something that's continuing to thrive,
But
y'all could go ahead and mention y'all, because the chat got some nice ones in here too.
I'm sorry, but I'm gonna land my planners because I want the other brothers to go. But Forza, I'm waiting for Forza Motorsport, man. That is my most anticipated. And I am buying that physical because I own them all physical. So yeah, I'm waiting for Forza, man. Forza Motorsport. I cannot wait to play that game, guys.
Excellent. He bought the world's most powerful gamer, man. What's your most anticipated game for the year of 2023? An unbelievably stacked year, so there's no wrong choices.
It's hard because they got so many long-awaited, new anticipated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if I had to go deep in my soul, it's got to be It's got to be Space Marines too.
Oh, great choice.
Ultramarine. It's got to be Space Marine too.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what the hell is that?
It's almost like a Gears of War. It definitely is influenced by Gears.
It's definitely an influence by. Yeah, it's Space Marine Warhammer universe. But it plays like Gears. But it's a fucking one of those gems that got overlooked.
Underrated.
Yeah,
overlooked in the Xbox 360 era and the PS3.
Yeah.
I played the gameplay on my channel, but it wasn't like I couldn't capture it really well. But if you could do yourself the service and play it on a 360 today, I would recommend for you go out and try it.
It's a good game. That's a really good game. I have it.
It's fucking awesome. It's awesome. And they announced the second one during the Keeley Awards, but I'm more because I'm a fan of the first one. But I also am looking forward to the new Star Wars Survival, Wanted Dead, which is a new IP that looks a lot like what Devil's Third was supposed to be like. You know what I mean? The Hellblade 2, that's a big possibility. Forza, like you mentioned, I'm looking because I love Forza Motorsports more than I do Horizon. Even though that may sound like blasphemy, but it's the same thing for me. I've always liked that series. And we got other things that we haven't seen that we possibly will, like about Contraband. Still got to see what Redfall has to offer, and Starfield.
Perfect Dark, maybe.
Yeah. A new remastered and revision of Alone in the Dark. They're redoing it from scratch in the era. Back in the day.
Is it a remake of the one that came out in like the 360?
No. It's an actual brand new reboot again, but it's going to be in the time of like the 30s and 20s and 30s and 40s.
Oh, that's cool.
Looks really good. Yeah. Plus, you got other little things here and there that there's always surprises that come out during the course of a year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but for me, like I said, it's Space Marines too, because I didn't even know they were going to make a sequel. So when I saw it, my jaw dropped. I was like, no fucking way. Because it was one of those games that just didn't do well. Didn't sell well. And yet here they are, because they got bought by a better publisher or, better company that has money, and they're giving them a second chance to make a bigger budget version of the game, which is great, Like I would love for Microsoft to allow Armature Studios to do another Record 2, because that game has a lot of potential. Huh?
They were supposed to.
Well, Armature said they want to do it, but Microsoft, I just think it's kind of just worried about it. I think they just want to detach themselves from all the bad stuff from 2013, right?
Yeah.
That's why we never really seen an announcement for a Recore, for a Quantum, or even like, let's say, Sunset or whatever. Even though Sunset's a different story, but like Rise. But I think that if there any game that they should try to rekindle, because it's a good foundation and it could be a big IP for them in the future, it would definitely be Recore, because Recore is a good foundation. And it's a game that is underrated in my personal opinion. I think it's a
Well,
lot better.
even though you name like 15 or 20 games, but your main game is Space Marine.
Space Marine, because it was an unexpected pleasure. Like, you know what I mean, my brother?
And
Like,
100 over here cussing us out saying Starfield is easy. It ain't easy, 100.
Yeah. Next year is stacked. But E-Rock X, man, what's your most anticipated game for 2023? An unbelievably stacked year. E-Rock, it could be one of the best.
Shit, next
ever.
year, if you're a pony, you should be crying, because if you only wait for exclusive, you're fucked.
Yeah.
They did it to themselves. So go ahead, E-Rock.
Yeah. See, but Heba, what's your favorite food? Well, there's lasagna, there's spaghetti, there's enchiladas. God damn, motherfucker.
It's hot dogs.
I mentioned too many, right?
There's only. I gotta agree with 100. There's only one choice: Starfield. Now listen, I know next year is loaded. The field is loaded with games, and that's only a testament to what Xbox has done and a testament to Game Pass. But Starfield, anybody with any doubts of whether Todd Howard and the team at Bethesda is going to deliver, you're highly delusional. Skyrim is still being played and modded to this day.
That's right.
That shit came out in 2011, right?
That's a fact.
So
That's a fact.
Starfield is going to have longevity long after 2023. It's a game like Assassin's Creed Odyssey that I can get lost in. A game like Fable that I can get lost in. I haven't been lost in a game in years. And this is no insult to A Plague Tale Requiem or High on Life, but I haven't gotten lost in a game in years where I'm like, yo, man, I gotta, irrespective of anything else, I gotta get back on Starfield tomorrow. I'm not even gonna wash my ass. I gotta get back on Starfield tomorrow. Starfield is that game, RPG in space, a whole new world's created. I'm excited for it, man. It's going to be a banner year for Xbox and Game Pass, with Starfield being like the icing on top of that cake. And I can't wait. That's going to be the biggest game of the year for Xbox.
And E-Rock, there's another thing, E-Rock. Oh, I'm sorry.
Real quick, and what E-Rock is saying is things that I like. Is, I heard a few people, I forget the podcast, so the guy that said it, I would have hyped him up, but he made me think also. There's going to be instances where we'll never do the same thing in this game.
Nope.
You know what I mean? And those are the things. That's one of the reasons that I said GTA 5 could be the greatest game to this date, because I listened to like 8 podcasts in a row. Everybody had something different to say about this fucking game. And that's what I see Starfield doing on a galactic scale. I just like racing better, but I agree with that.
That's part of what I was going to say, the Zink, that we got to keep it real. A lot of people out here are acting as if Bethesda doesn't have a track record of how, and a habit of how they do things with their games, right? Because I may not be a big Bethesda game fan, but we all know they know how to continue to feed the game, right? And what you'll see in Starfield when it launches, 3 years later, it'll be like even bigger than what it was in that launch, right? Because you saw it with games. Huh? Great.
No. You just made me think of something. Continue.
Yeah, because you got to remember, when you looked at Morrowind, Oblivion, right? And then Skyrim, and then Fallout 76 is a good example.
Right.
They're the type of developer that just keeps trying to fix it and make it better and better. And the game just becomes like this bigger than what it was right from the beginning, right?
And then they learn from the community, because the community keeps making Skyrim bigger, and they hire these people, and they hire them, and they just keep it going. It's like, all right, what else can we do?
They care about their fan base. They definitely do, because they Anything the fan base, they take into consideration. They keep trying to feed the fan base whatever they give them, an opinion about something, an idea, an approach. Maybe you can do this. They always show the fans that they're listening, and I think that's one of the key factors for their unrenowned success, right?
And look,
through the years.
Yeah, and Fallout 76 hits 13.5 million players. And when this game released, it was a huge controversy about.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. So
Yeah, they ain't shit
this is
unlimited.
just proof. That's what Hebot made me think of when I saw this earlier. It's just proof of how Bethesda does their things, man. And Starfield's their first new IP in 25 years. It's going to be a mega hit.
Right.
My most anticipated game, and I jumped on this bandwagon after seeing some gameplay earlier this week, is Hogwarts Legacy. You know, I'm on the bandwagon of Hogwarts Legacy. Listen, everybody watching, y'all might be shocked, but I'm not. I was actually not a Harry Potter fan until earlier this year. Never seen the movies.
I remember you said it. That's right.
Never seen the movies. Never gave a shit about Harry Potter. None of that stuff, right? And so for this game to impress me that much is saying something. And look, I think Starfield's going to be easily the biggest game next year, no questions asked. So, but I didn't want to pick the same shit everybody else is picking. So, Hogwarts Legacy, I saw the gameplay, E-Rock, and it blew me away. I am stunned of the level of the.
It looks crazy.
Once again, WB Games has a home run on their hand, and people. As a publisher, WB Games has been one of my favorites that don't get talked about. You know, they published The Witcher, they published Cyberpunk, they published Injustice, was the other fighting game based off Injustice.
Knights, right?
Yeah, Gotham Knight, the Batman Arkham games, the Mortal Kombat. That's what I was thinking. Yep. Mortal Kombat, Shadow of Mordor, Shadow of War. I mean, their track record of quality games is unmeasured. You know that, and that don't. I don't.
And rare. It's also rare.
Yeah, and they don't release games often either. Mm-hmm. So they're not seen in the pantheon of like a EA, Ubisoft, or Activision, who release games every year, right? E-Rock. So for them and them space. You know what? As much of I've had issues with a lot of their decisions lately with DC and all that stuff. Them spacing out their games the way they did, pushing this back to early 2023 instead of right after Gotham Knights, is the right move. It's the right move. And after seeing the game play, the amount of stuff they put in it, the game just looks so unbelievably fun. It looks like something that's right up my alley. That's the main reason why I even wanted to do this topic tonight, because when I saw that gameplay, E-Rock, I was like, oh my God, what am I looking at? And it just kind of blew my mind on how, once again, WB Games is going. I don't know if unnoticed. No, they are going unnoticed, and I'll say that because Gotham Knights didn't get the love it deserved, in my opinion, outside of the gamers, right? So from a larger standpoint, you know, they do kind of go unnoticed, but Hogwarts Legacy is just another in the line of the incredible lineup of 2023. There's also games like Suicide Squad.
Yeah, I was about to mention that because Shishno Elite said that. I was going to ask you about it because that's kind of game that you were off into. Yeah,
Suicide Squad. I want to see more gameplay because the clip I saw, if it looks as fast paced and fun as I think it is, that game's also going to be a hit, and it also looks amazing. It's from Rocksteady, the guys who did the Batman Arkham series. So they got the real full backing of WB Games. But yeah, man, 2023. Listen, I'm gonna be pissed off next year, E-Rock, because I know gamers are gonna bitch, and with the lineup we got, there shouldn't be a single gamer, Zinc, who complains about anything.
They will.
Yeah. Oh, of course they will. Of course they will, because they complain. They're complaining now with the unlimited content we got. And next year, listen, gamers, I'm telling you right now, do not try to keep up with your backlog next year. Give up right now. All right? Just pick whatever games.
That's just asking for your life to be ended.
Yeah. Just pick whatever games you want, Hebot, and stick with it, because you're not beating all these games. You're not playing. You're not even going to be able to play all these games. All right.
Oh hell no.
Yes, I'm just gamers. I'm letting you know right now. Don't try to keep up with your backlog next year, man. Just play what you want and enjoy.
Yep. And unlimited, they'll still say Xbox has no games.
Yeah,
ain't it?
Yeah, when we get Redfall, Starfield, and
Contraband, possibly, and fucking Hellblade 2.
Yeah,
somebody said in the chat that Redfall intrigues them. Me too. I
Yeah,
am
it does.
looking
It
forward
does
to
look
that game.
intriguing. Mhm.
Somebody said that I didn't get the name of it, but Redfall intrigues me big time, and some people are questioning what level A it is, dude. It's a AAA game.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
game
yeah.
gonna bring it. I
Yeah,
really think it's gonna bring it.
But
look,
don't
man.
It's
worry
just like
about what.
that game Atomic Heart. That
No,
shit looks fucking.
I know what E-Rock's about to say, and please tell him, E-Rock.
Yeah.
Don't worry about what letter A it is. Don't worry. Just play it. Does it
Play it.
matter?
That's it.
Does it matter?
Facts,
Mhm.
facts, E-Rock's
Just
facts.
play it and
Mhm.
enjoy it.
Oh,
Mhm.
we've always said that no game is measured by the budget. It's measured by what it delivers, the
Mhm.
experience. Oh, that's real gamer talk. They don't know that. The ponies, I forgot.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And with that, man, we're gonna call it a night. I think today was absolutely fantastic show. Let me shout out the chat real quick before we do our outros. By the way, that chat, y'all were absolutely amazing, and I do apologize I couldn't get to y'all. But like I say, when it's a full cast, it's just kind of hard to just read every comment. But let's see here. Daya, 4568, as always, the queen of the comment section. I believe that's it, right, Zinc?
No, that's incorrect. She is the first lady of chat.
That's right. The
That's
first
Smitty
lady of
Smith.
chat. Thank you. First lady of chat. I will remember that going forward. Shino Elite, thank you for joining. Goggle Poe, as always, amazing comment. 100, man. I forgot to shout out our brother 100, man. But check out his show, the Xbox Day One podcast. Jay was on fire today. Aurora Time, man. Aurora Time, man. Thank you for joining, as always, too. And in the mix, that's right, in the mix, there's a JJ, so there's also a JJ earlier
Mhm.
today. I mean, in the chat, and
Yeah, came with
anyone
some
else
good
I'm forgetting,
comments.
I apologize. There are a lot of comments, but y'all are all fantastic. And so let's do our outros, and I'm gonna start with you, Hebot. Man, let them know where they could find you.
Yes, you can find me delivering gifts for Christmas in every neighborhood that known possible, especially to piss off ponies. I'm delivering a bunch of Xbox this year because that was the preferred console. And I'm glad to be here on the Unlimited Truth. My brother E-Rock's Exile podcast every 2 Sundays of the month. Obviously, with my brother Sega Man on the Alpha. And then when I get a chance, when I do my We Got Next, and even when I get a chance, I'll pop in from time to time on my brother 100's Xbox Got No Games podcast. And you can find me on my channel on YouTube under Hebot. Whatever I'm able to do, I've been busy moving, so you'll see me back soon. Sorry for the lack of content.
Yeah, hey, he'll be in a chimney near you, dropping off
And
your
the
Christmas
chimney.
present. All right, and Sega Man 101, man. You know it's always a pleasure when you're able to join us, because unfortunately, me and Sega Man, we got different work schedules, so we're not always able to connect all the time on each other's shows. But you were absolutely fantastic today, man. Let them know where they could find you.
Thank you, man. Before I do that, we got to do an intervention, man. I caught one of our brothers. Now I'm not going to say his name, but this morning I caught one of our brothers on Grand Theft Auto in a strip club, man. We got to get him some help. Now I'm not going to say who he is, but I got to get my brother some help. We're going to talk after the show's over. He's going to strip clubs in Grand Theft Auto 5. I ain't saying who it is, though, guys. But we're going to get my brother some help, man.
Oh, man.
He knows who he is.
All right, E-Rock X.
On that note, guys,
oh yeah,
it was a great show again with my brother Unlimited on the Unlimited Truth, man. With my brother Hebot, they came in and joined us. My brother, as always, E-Rock, the Don King of Xbox, E-Rock X, and Alter Zinc, our brother Other Zinc, rocking out. And Tuck, even Tuck left. He left, man. He had to go take his chitlin regiments and get ready for work tomorrow. He got a lot of dog walking to do and all that. But yeah, man, it was a great show tonight, Unlimited. And I want to say happy holidays to all my brothers. And I hope you guys enjoy Christmas. And hopefully we can get together before New Year's and maybe we could chop up game and do a podcast. Maybe us have a little drinky drink and just go wild on live and just do a podcast. All of us get together celebrating before we go into 2023 with the best damn console on the planet, which is the Xbox, man. Thank you guys. I really appreciate it.
Oh yeah, man. It's a pleasure, man. You bring so much to the table, man. E-Rock X, let them know where they could find you.
Hey man, it's E-Rock X, man. You can find me on the E-Rock X channel as always, man. It was great to close out the Unlimited Truth podcast for 2022, man. It's been a great year, man. My man Sega, man, he got jokes. You need to be checking on Tucker, make sure he ain't freeze to death. It's like 10 degrees out there, Oklahoma. You know what I mean? But hey man, it was great. It's always great to hang out with y'all, man. Have fun. That's all gaming is, man. We supposed to be having fun, man. And hope everybody has a happy new year.
Oh yeah, man, definitely. And last but not least, other Zinc, let them know where they could find you.
100%, man. Represent the chat. Hang out with 100 and them when I get a chance to. And I'm just glad I'm on here and didn't miss the show. So you couldn't get a chance to talk about my igloo because it's gonna be cold as shit up here in a few hours.
It's gonna be cold everywhere, man. It's gonna be like 13 degrees in Houston, and nobody here is ready for that.
Damn.
Oh, y'all in trouble because y'all not prepared like we are up here.
Yo, E-Rock, I mean not your Zinc. Last Christmas it was 80 degrees. So we ain't ready for this shit, man.
No, and then pipes burst and things like that happen to you guys down there. But yeah, it's going. Hey man, the weatherman ain't shit. I'm gonna throw his ass under the bus. This joker said it could be anywhere from 2 inches to 78 inches of snow.
What?
I'm like, yeah, motherfucker.
Damn,
Okay.
where you live? The South Pole?
Hey man, I'm right by Lake Michigan, dude, on the tip of this bitch, and anything could happen over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. He get blizzards. He don't get snowstorms. He get blizzards out
dude.
there.
So
man.
I'll be in my igloo, as Unlimited said, with his bullshit.
That's one of the things I love about America, man. Zinc lives in an igloo, and my state can't handle snow. And yet we're all one people in this country. But with that said, everybody, enjoy your Christmas. Thank you to everybody in the chat. Enjoy the rest of your holidays and your Christmas and everything. And we are out.
Merry Christmas.
All right.